is good? What's poppin'? Happy New Year. 2023. We in the building, dude. What's good? Starting the new year off right. New year, new blessings. Episode 46. Thanks for tuning in. Oh man, the start of a new year, it's cool. It's cool. Although we can decide that we can make changes, we can make changes at any point in our lives. But any day that you choose. But when you turn to a new date, January 1st, we're here. It's a big date. You're shuffling. You're going on to the next year that turns to the next decade, that turns to the next century, that turns to the next, it's time. What is time? Anyways, we celebrate the new year, then we caffeinate. Hey, bless yourself and your loved ones with some caffeine from the one and only Campfire Coffee, roasting out of Tacoma, Washington, up here in the PNW. We tried some Campfire beans back in episode 37. Check that out for the breakdown on their single origin from Chiapas, Mexico. Check them out online, man. WeLoveCampfire.com. That's WeLoveCampfire.com, dude. WeLoveCampfire.com. Use code GDOPOD15 for 15% off your entire order. Again, that's GDOPOD15 for 15% off the entire order. Yeah, you heard that right. 15% off entire order. So, maybe you don't tolerate the caffeine too well, or you're just curious about their merch. Shoot, they got scarves, beanies, bath bombs, dude. They also got dope hats, hoodies, backpacks. Swag yourself out with some Campfire merch. Again, WeLove Campfire.com. We love Campfire. And use code GDOPOD15 for 15% off your entire order. Yo, so we rang in the new year. Man, we're here, surrounded by great friends, some good laughs, some cries, all around good vibes, though, all around good vibes. We're going to get into that here in a little bit. Joined by, this episode is a little bit different. It's going to be fun. So there was a group of us rang in the new year, maybe like 10, 12 of us. We get a chance to chat with every person individually and as pairs, as groups, and just had some good conversations. We reflected on this last year, the last couple years, as a friend group, and had some good conversations, had some fun conversations, took some trips down memory lane, and we were looking forward to this upcoming new year and some resolutions. And some people that maybe don't have resolutions, we'll hear about it. We'll hear about it more. But first, let's get a quick caffeine breakdown on what we sipping right here. Let me get a little sip and let's get into that. Ooh, dude, your boy is caffeinated. All right, let me tell you. Yo, I've been sipping on this coffee right here this morning. This is my second cup, and we're taking a little bit of a step off of the specialty coffee game. All right, and we're talking about when you're busy, we've been busy. We've been on the go. We've been doing stuff, and when you got stuff that you got to do, we're all fans of the pour over. It takes time. The French press, it all takes time. It's a fine craft, right? But when you're on the go and you need to get something in you right now, you need that caffeine, man. Some instant coffee, right? We all had the Nestle, the Nescafe. We know the Folgers, instant coffee, right? But this here, this will get you going. I'm talking about Brew instant coffee and chicory mixture, and that's BRU, dog, bringing you the caffeination you need, man. This is legit. It's delicious. The aromas are fantastic. That chicory, man, I didn't know about chicory before, but it's awesome. It's the aromas that this brings to this instant coffee is fantastic. All right. Let me get a little sip real quick. Dude, beautiful. The melody between that taste, the mouthfeel, and the aroma, dude, from the chicory. This instant coffee right here has got a mixture, right? 70% coffee, 30% chicory. All right. Just a little bit of background about Brew and how they started. Brew Instant Coffee was launched in 1968. All right. So since 68, man, this has been India's first coffee chicory instant coffee mix. And since 68, this has remained number one. All right. Remained India's number one coffee brand since then. Is made from a fine blend of choicest plantation and Robusta beans, baby. Again, dude, I am caffeinated right now. These coffee beans are first roasted to perfection, then processes ensure that the fresh coffee aroma is preserved so that you get a rich coffee taste beyond compare. Yeah, man. And they ain't lying. That blend with the chicory in there. Chef's kiss. Brew instant coffee can be used to make an aromatic cup of hot coffee and a refreshing glass of cold coffee. All right, hey, for you cold coffee lovers, those, the over ice folks. With Brew Instant, you can now discover a great coffee experience with your loved ones. Dude, yes, I agree. 100%. This is like one of those rooms, the aromas that, it fills the room, and it's just like you walk into this room and you're like, oh, this is the place to be right now. Give me a little pastry, maybe even. Have a little pastry, a little treat with a little morning coffee, a little morning cup of joe, dude. Shoot. Brew Coffee is India's largest and favorite coffee brand that offers a wide variety of coffee products. Since 1968, Brew has been a pioneer in bringing the authentic taste of coffee to Indian consumers. The best coffee beans are selected from numerous coffee trails and freshly roasted to serve a great cup of rich, irresistible coffee. Brew has 4 distinct offerings: Brew Instant and Brew Gold in instant coffee, Brew Green Label, and Brew Select and Filter coffee. Brewed with love and blended with passion. BRU, Brew Coffee celebrates authenticity in coffee and relationships. That is wonderful. Beautiful. Way to go, Brew. Love it. This, I did try, we made one over ice, and it's good. It's a little it gets kind of chalky to me a little bit. Tastes a little bit chalky with the over ice. And I may have just like messed it up. That was the first time trying it with this instant coffee. I don't know if it just takes a little bit longer for the coffee powder to sort of like disintegrate through there. But with the hot water, man, again, the aroma is the first thing that you notice with this coffee. It's fantastic. The appearance and packaging, man, this is just, in a big old glass container with the resealable, like that's airtight in there, man. Ain't no coffee spilling out of there. Ain't no freshness being leaked. This is fantastic. Check it out. I think you can get this in stores. You can just Google it, look it up online. That's BRU instant coffee. And make sure you get the one that's roasted with chicory, because that is delicious. I didn't realize that chicory was such a power player, man. It's got a good flavor, good aroma. And that blended together with the coffee, something that's magical. But anyways, hey, quick hitter, because we got a quick instant coffee, quick instant caffeine breakdown. Check it out. It's fantastic, delicious. And I think this is just going to be something that we're going to add to the rotation. Like, just have this on hand all the time, because we just need a quick hit of caffeine, do a little tablespoon. It says to do 1 teaspoon, and maybe here's the issue. It says how to prepare hot coffee. Put 1 teaspoon of brew coffee powder in a cup. Add 8 fluid ounces hot water and or milk to sugar to taste. Stir well and relish. A great tasting cup of brew. Yeah, I definitely did not do 1 teaspoon. I'm going to blame it on my vision. I definitely put a tablespoon in there, maybe 1.5 tablespoons, and maybe that's where we've gotten to the root issue. That's why I'm on one right now, or on 3 times the recommended amount of caffeine, I should say. Anyways, hey, thank you for being here. Thanks for tuning in. Happy New Year. Let's get into some of the good vibes with some great people, some fantastic vibes last night. All of my friends, I love you all. Thank you for agreeing to chat. And we're just going to clip a bunch of the conversations here after this. So stay tuned for that as we reflect with a great group of people and think about our future as well. And I've been thinking about how the best way to put these, compile these pieces together. And so I've decided every time that you hear the guitar drop in, that's when it's going to be switching to the next person's conversation. So let's get started here with R&T themselves, Rose and Ty. Hey, sorry, it's like half of our clip actually got clipped, so I think we jump in. We're reflecting about recent trip to Mexico, connecting with family, connecting with roots, connecting with culture, and it's awesome. Welcome here, Rose and Tyler.
The thing that stood out to me the most, like, if you wanted something done, you had to do it. Like, if you wanted a house, you would just build a house with all your...
You build your own damn house.
Yeah, like everyone, like, it's very much that attitude where you got to do shit yourself, which is really cool. Like, you're dependent on yourself to get things done.
Yeah.
You're also dependent on your family. That's in America, you're very individualistic, but there they really care about their families.
Yeah,
Big
that's
time.
true. That's like that's a big piece that's missing out of like the United States culture, right? Is like that whole family dynamic. Like it's like here it's like you grow up and you're like, oh, go to college, go away, or like, go study, and then like go build your own home and do your own thing. But there's like multi-generational family, like the family culture is way different, where you have grandparents living with like your grandchildren, maybe even great grandchildren in some cases. That's wild. Yeah.
But it's several of my uncle, his whole family lives on one road. They all built houses for each other.
Yeah.
With each other.
Someone who has the money will buy a piece of property, and then like they'll just slowly build homes on that property. And so like everyone on this road is just like a cousin or a aunt or something, and it's cool. Like family is it's like their central, they got the impression it's like their central focal point, I guess. I don't know. Like family is everything down there.
Yeah, dude. I mean, that's a beautiful thing, though, right?
It is.
Because at the end of the day, like, you're born, we're just all humans trying to figure shit out.
Floating on a big ass rock.
Exactly. And we're flying through space in the fucking middle of... Anyways, before we go down that rabbit hole. So, we just reflected. We're thinking, we're thankful. We got family. We got friends. We experienced new culture. Experienced some of your history. Now, thinking about the year to come. Do you have any New Year resolutions? If not, that's cool. Why don't you have New Year's resolutions if you don't?
I wouldn't say it's more of a resolution. It's more of don't drink for 30 days, bitch.
Oh,
January.
damn.
Yeah, we're doing Sober January.
Sober January.
And then also Rose has like a personal trainer that's helping us with our exercise, and we've been mindful of our diet. So tonight's like our last night drinking for a while.
Yeah, dude. All right. So we getting fit. We getting fit 2023. 2023 and me, dude. I feel that. I like that. That's it's good that you have each other to keep accountable for that. And if you have somebody that's like actually like helping you with a plan, like a trainer, then that's fucking dope, because
yeah,
it'll just
the
keep you on.
trainer's definitely more help than Ty is.
Yeah, dude.
Because he'll be like, or I will say like, oh yeah, we need to eat healthy, but then I'll say like, should we get pizza? And he will just immediately fold. He'll fold immediately.
Hey, that's happiness, though. That's
I
love.
want you to be happy.
That's true love. That's true love. So New Year's resolutions, we getting fucking fit 2023. Now, one more question. Thinking about, we reflected. We've come together as a group. We're here. We're surrounded by our friends. Now, in the last year or so, is there a time, can you think of a time, out of all the friend group, everybody that's here, people in our friend group, what is something that is really, really funny that you remember, that you recall in the last year or so? Or we can go even further back than that. Funny or like super embarrassing of one of the people in the friend group. What do you think?
Well, I'm sure there's plenty of. Do you have a specific one, Ty? Well, the second time I lost my Apple Watch in Vegas.
Dude, you lost that in Vegas twice. You guys went on a girls' trip, right?
The same.
And then lost.
Yep.
Wait, that same trip you lost it twice, or you lost it that time?
Two
and
separate
then you
trips.
Oh my gosh, dude!
Same Apple Watch.
Oh my god!
Couldn't recover it the second time though. It's gone for good the second time.
Was that when we were at Wet Republic? That was when we were at Wet Republic.
Yep.
Damn, dude.
Oh no, that's when I was in the Lazy River. I think that's when I was pushing people in their inner tubes, so I could. So that I kept asking people if they wanted to be pushed in their inner tube in the Lazy River.
And they were
so
like, no.
No, they said yes. I wouldn't do it if they said no.
Just this random lady starts pushing here.
I said, do you want to be pushed? And they would say yes.
See,
and
we're
then,
all just...
Yeah, and they're like, when you're adult, you don't get pushed like that much. So I gave them that.
Grown children in this life, waiting for nice ladies to push us in our inner tubes. So Vegas, I'm not going to lie, maybe don't remember as much of it as others do, but... that's besides the point. I think I was thinking about this, when we went to Vegas. It was Vegas again. And Tyler, we were out and about just hanging. We were like, let's go play some slots. And I was like, wait, I got to go to the bathroom first. I go to the bathroom and I come back out and Tyler's staring at this screen and he's gumpy. He's so mad, dude. He's like, it's not giving me my money, dude. Look, I won all this money. Check it out. And I looked at it and it said $100. And I was like, whoa, dude, you won $100. That's cool. And we were like, why isn't it giving us the money? And then finally, we were about to go ask people, we were going to go talk to them at the desk. It's not giving us our money. And then I was like, yo, how much money did you put into the machine? And he was like, I don't think I put any money in there. I was like, what? How did you not put any?
Sounds like Tyler and Vince.
I was a little gone at that point.
That's so
not
funny.
my proudest moment.
Yeah. Do you have something that you remember that stands out as a funny moment in the last year or a couple of years?
I'm trying to think what did I do this year?
We did a lot.
Yeah. We did a lot, dude. We were traveling.
Mexico, Vegas.
We were going to Mexico. We went camping.
We went skiing. We didn't go to California this year.
Mm-mm. Okay, yeah. I guess I don't know about funny, but I fell down a lot learning to snowboard. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
We got to go again.
Dude, it's exhausting falling so much and also not being in great shape. Because getting up 100 times a day in a very warm outfit I'm pretty much done by lunchtime.
Yeah, and also it's very discouraging when you look over to your shoulder and there's a 10-year-old that's just fucking shredding, dude.
It's fun though when you get it. It's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then they look over at you and they're like, hey, are you okay when you're falling? And they're like 5. And you're like, stop, little kid. You just keep sliding.
Oh my gosh. One of the times I was just laying on the ground and a little girl said, it looks like you hurt your arm. And I was like, get the fuck away from me.
Little fucking dude.
It's funny being so incredibly bad at something. You would think oh, I rode a skateboard in elementary school. This will be easy. But no, it's just I've a whole new thing I've never done. My legs act like they've never stood up before. And it's fun.
Dude, but it's good. Getting out of our comfort zones, you guys did the damn thing too.
Yeah, we did.
And I'm excited to continue and get better and grow together.
Yeah, hell yeah. We got to get
and
our
that's
own
something
gear.
we're going to add on
We
to
either
our
have
list
to
for 2023.
win the lottery to go the next time or become a very rich white person.
Hey,
I guess that's up to
we
me.
got Tyler
to
in the
Tyler,
building.
yeah.
Let's go.
Right.
Yeah, that's that engineer money, baby. Let's go. Well, thank you both for taking the time to come and chat. Now let's go have some motherfucking shots, huh?
Yeah.
Let's
Happy
go.
New Year, everybody.
27. We don't take shots anymore, but yeah.
Allegedly. Okay, bye.
Bye.
About to jump into it with none other than John Catterfeld. We're live, baby. What's up, dude? Here. I'll cheers you. Salud. Let's get into it. 2023, here we come, huh?
2023.
How you feeling? How you feeling? Dude, welcome back to the PNW right now, dude.
I'm feeling alive.
Feeling alive. You landed hot off the plane from Arizona.
In for 48 hours.
You've been in for 48 hours?
No, that's the time I was just here for.
Oh.
And we're at 24 hours.
Oh,
wait, hold on. We're like 36. 12 hours left. What can be done?
12 hours left? You're leaving
tomorrow. What can I say? What feelings can I leave on the table?
Hopefully we don't leave any feelings on the table.
No.
Hopefully we get all those feelings out.
Hopefully I can take
before this new year comes,
home,
dog.
Though.
You gotta take those feelings out before the new year comes, because it's a new year, new you know? Let me ask you. Let me ask you.
All right, go ahead.
So we got limited time, all right?
Yeah.
Time.
We're on the clock.
We gotta stay on
the clock.
Because you only got 12 hours left here in the Pacific Northwest. You were born and raised out here. This is your neck of the woods, but you moved away to Arizona. You've been down there for a little while. You've been enjoying the sunshine. I can see the pigment in your skin. I see the melanin's kicking in, dog.
No, it's not.
I see you.
Cancer can't catch me. I'm good.
I see you.
I'm good.
So,
all right, go.
Thinking about the move to Arizona. You've been down there for a couple of years now.
Yeah, it's been great.
But 2022, let's think back.
All right.
What is something, or if there are a couple things that come to mind when you think of proud achievements, moments that came either in your personal life, professional life, family, friends, whatever it might be, in the last year or so, that
proud achievements. Proud achievements.
Yeah, or something that you're like, damn, that makes me feel good. Maybe it's not something that you were like directly responsible for, or something, but it's something that you're like, that's something that is that's awesome. It's good. It's good news. It makes me feel good. Ginny, right here. All right.
Let me see here. What makes me feel good? Ooh, that feels good. Massage on the back feels good.
Ooh, a little fist bump in the back.
Yeah, a little fist bump in the back. It's it's weird because it is kind of getting that time where like years are blended together or whatnot. It's like what is 22? What is its significance? What will I take away from it? What will I remember? Will I have any memories? Will it just be like a blur or like just another year? And I think it's been kind of weird with the pandemic because a lot of people are like, I'm so stressed out and blah blah blah. And I mean I know that's been a couple years since COVID-19, but honestly it was always kind of a positive experience for me, and because I kind of find outlets for it and things like that. And I'm coming off the tail end of that, kind of finding an outlet, finding like communities that I've been a part of, kind of through electronically, through gaming and whatnot.
Yeah, like gaming. You've been into gaming, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's addictive.
Yeah.
Right?
So you went through. So when the pandemic hit, you were like, "Oh, dude, this is the shit. Like this is my shit."
Not even it was coming. I happened to just buy like a really nice ass PC, right? And like just like state of the art, nicest graphics card at the time, 2080 Ti. I know there was new ones coming out, but they ended up getting more expensive. It was the best time to buy that one.
Ti terabyte? No, that's terabyte. It's just T.
It's called the 2080 Ti. It's from Navidad. Is the company, and it's like the graphics card. And it was at the time, it was like the best graphics card that you could get. Okay. And of course, getting like good
Skyrim
Intel trim and whatnot. I actually did play that, but that's an old game. But then you could play like the new games. A lot of games that took like a lot of processing power, a lot of graphics, and someone would understand way more about this than I would. But it was able to play some of the more high quality, high run games, and one of those games was this like almost like it's a milsim kind of game that takes a lot of processing power, computer power to just like run the game. And there was like a Steam sale, and I started to have a little bit more discretionary income.
Yeah.
And so I just bought a bunch of games.
Them big boy bucks,
and I was like, and I tried this one game, and then all of a sudden, like one day, like my life just disappeared for 2 years. Like, and so
Blink of an eye.
and it was like this very this squad game was like very communicative and game, but it was also, it's a FPS, but it's not like Call of Duty. You're just like blindly just running wherever, just shooting whatever. It took strategy, it took coordination. You got to talk to people, you got to communicate, and these are all things that I liked. It was very like involved, and I've always been into kind of like military strategy. I always like to like draw stickman and things like that, and I don't know anything about military strategy, but it's this weird thing where I would lead teams, and if you're a squad leader or if you were a commander and you're like leading the teams, you could, it was like a chess match, but with like how people, like it was live action, how it happened, but you kind of asked people to do this or do that, and how they did it, what things ended up. It's almost like being a coach on a football team, right? You're not, you can't control the players, but you're telling them what to do and how it ends up and what happens to it. It's like, oh, that's a fucking amazing feeling. If things went like really well, or if things didn't go well, you're like, this is how we got to do things different. Yeah. So it's this like Coach 5, but you were also part of the FPS shooting too. Yeah. And so it was very intense, and there's not many games like that. So that's just something that's been going on for years, but like thinking about like 2022 and just like reflection, this is something I've still been involved in. It helped me get through what were supposed to be hard times, which made things like fun times. There's a community involved with it, and I played other games besides that and whatnot. And so it's been this great outlet of you know,
that camaraderie.
People, like, camaraderie.
You got a camaraderie piece.
And there's some creativity to it. Yeah,
and it's
just
like
not mindless.
Stimulating,
yeah,
right?
it's not
like,
mindless. Just like, you know,
you're thinking, you're working, you're moving, and like it's cool that I like that you bring up that point of like you found some that outlet, right? And so like this even this shit right now that's happening, this was like part of a product of the pandemic, partially like the lockdowns. I was just going into work because the hospital didn't shut down. I was going into work, and I was like, dude, gyms are closed, everything was closed, and pretty much our routine at that time was like wake up, work, gym, like eat, like read or watch a TV show, and then go to bed, right? Like that was it. And so there was none of that. So it was like work and then drink 2 bottles of wine, or whatever, like, because there were $3 El Gato, shout out Trader Joe's, dude. And so this became an outlet, and now like, it was just like something that was like, I look forward to, and like, it was fun. And so like, that sounds like, it's awesome. I'm glad that you have this experience and now have built those relationships. So you found like this community, you found the relationships, you're cultivating that. And as you've gone through 2022, you've been able to really like dial in on that.
It's something that's become, it's not even just cultivated, but it's like a part of me. It's like a part of my life. A little addictive, but and maybe not always good, but at the same time, like I said, outlet, the people I got to know, and a lot of people, there is what's the word for it, like taboo, like ways for gaming. It's just like almost like losers and whatnot. But I really think like gaming is one of the new pillars of entertainment. And if people who deny that, they're dinosaurs. And it's really just like TV or anything like movies and stuff like that. It's now entertainment is really through gaming, and a lot of people like to watch how people play, watch games. I personally have been doing that a lot more.
Like you just watching how people play. Of people that
Twitch, YouTube, and whatnot, and even just when the squad games, like watching our strategy, it's almost like we're practicing. It's entertaining to me, and that stuff doesn't really have necessarily commercials yet. I mean, Twitch has some, but the people you meet through it.
So you're more direct time. You're like, and you're involved in the thing. You're involved in the thing. It's not like you're just like watching somebody else do the thing. Like you're not watching somebody act. You're like moving the controller. You're moving the character. Or you're moving whatever it is that you're doing, and it's causing something like it's mentally stimulating.
It's a real time FPS strategy game, which strategy and FPS don't always go around. What's it called? Squad.
Squad. Is you rolling with the squad or not?
Basically,
that song?
Yeah, that's all.
Remember that? You remember that?
No,
you know that shit.
I mean, I know, but it's just one of those songs I'm just trying to get it out of my head.
Why?
I'm just trying to get it out of my head because
Dude,
there's so many pop songs.
But it's
because when they get in your head, it just rotates over and over, cycles.
Oh, is it because
and then
it's
you're
a
waking up
earworm?
at night and you're like, squat, and you're rolling with the squat. Okay.
I like that, dude. I love getting that stuck in my head. Here, let's take a deep breath.
Okay. I'm feeling it. Are you feeling the juices? Are you feeling it flow? Are you just
no,
fucking...
dude, I didn't lose. You just lost Rage Cage.
But
That's the
sometimes
juices
you just
that are
gotta let go.
Oh yeah, dude.
You gotta go.
The juices
and,
I always feel the juices.
you know.
Orange
you
juice,
do the
apple
Fireball?
juice. What do you want? What
What?
kind
No,
of juice
no.
are you talking about?
No, I'm just saying, like,
Yeah,
your
dude.
chakra almost.
Of course.
You feel the energy.
You're one
so
with
calm.
the universe. Yeah. It's nice. Dude, okay, so we went down Reflection Road.
All right, yeah.
We got a
That's the
time
next
limit.
question. Yeah.
Because people have been yelling at me about this.
Okay.
We got a time limit. So we reflected. Yes, camaraderie. We built our community. We've been able to hone in on that and spend more time. And now it's something that just is part of the routine. It's part of you. It's part of your individual. You just that's what it is.
Yeah.
It's something that is very magnetizing for you, and it's like it's fun. It's an outlet.
Yeah.
Fantastic. I love that. Now, as we think about looking forward, do you have any resolutions? Any New Year's resolutions? Do you subscribe to that theory of New Year's resolutions? If not, why not? And if you do have one or two or five or whatever, what is it? What do you got? What's cooking? What's cooking in the year 2023 for John? It could be professional, could be personal, could be, something that's just like that you're just looking forward to.
Well, there's two questions there. Thinking I'm looking forward to, but as far as the theory of New Year's resolutions, I unsubscribe because.
Ooh, yeah. I was hoping. I kind of knew. I could tell.
Did anyone else say that? Unsubscribe?
I could tell, huh?
Did anyone else say that before me or whatnot?
What?
Come on, I know there's other people on this, but okay, fine. Don't tell me.
No. The New Year's? No. Nobody said that. That's what I'm saying. I was like, somebody's got to not have a New Year's resolution.
Okay, so here's
And
my.
I kind of fuck with it. I want to hear. I want to hear.
Hear my
Here's the story.
hear my thought process on this. All right. Think about a New Year's resolution.
Okay.
Where is this coming from? Right. This is something that often is something you're like, I need to do this. Right. Do you think of a New Year's resolution like I got to do this for 2023? Right. Like, maybe no, or how do you think about a New Year's resolution? Like, what in your thought? What is a New Year's resolution to you?
Yeah. It's funny that you say this because I was thinking about like this, just writing some stuff up on the podcast. And I was thinking, and I was reflecting. I was like, it's funny because New Year's resolutions, like, you don't gotta wait till January 1st to make a change in your life. You can change if you want to change like something, or you need to change something for like a health benefit or something. Like, hey, this is just June 16th, or this is September 23rd. Like, okay, whatever. But this is the day that I'm going to start doing this, or this is the day that I'm going to stop doing that if it affects me negatively. And it's like, you don't have to wait for the new year. But the mark of a new year in many cases is like a huge point where it is like it, because it legitimately is changing from one year to the next year, right? So if you start at the beginning of this year, you can see it as it turning a page from the past, because it's a very, very visible line in the sand. Like, hey, this is December 31st now of 2022, and it's going to be January 1st of 2023. Whereas December 25th of 2022 going into December 26th of 2022, it's still the same year. The only thing that changes is the 25 to the 26, right? So 12/25, 2022, 12/26, 2022. But when you go from 12/31, 2022, or whatever the year is, to then the following year, right? And you're at 1/1/2020, whatever it is, or 2010, or whenever you change the year, it's a huge change just like on the calendar. So I think that visual really helps people, and it also helps you track those goals like longer term, maybe.
So here's the thing. All right, so going back to so when you do that, the psychology behind it, it's like, okay, the thinking of a resolution is like, okay, I didn't do this year, but I need to do this. I want
to, right? Yeah.
Well, so here, and that's the language, right? The difference between want and need, right? Because if you wanted to do something, you would have kind of already started to do it. You would have wanted to kind of do it and things like that.
Yeah.
But a New Year's resolution is like, this is what will make me better. This is what I feel will make me better. This is what I need to do to like level up in my life. But if you want something, if you really want to do something, you kind of would have had the will to already do it. You would have not been waiting for the new year. You would have been like, okay, I kind of want this in my life. I want to do this. I'm going to tap at least to touch my toes into it. So a New Year's resolution is harder to obtain because it's sort of something like in the back of your mind going like, this is something that would be good for me from maybe my peers' perspective or would level up in my life, but it's not something like you really like your soul's into it. And that's like things are like, yeah, people like they go to the gym because they're like, I need to lose weight. I need to lose weight. I'm gonna like fucking like I don't know, like I mean it's for my health or whatever like that. Right. But it's just like then they give up because do they really want to? No, they like Domino's or anything like that. But so there's like a will. There needs to be a will and a for your way to want to do something. So I don't set something like that because I have, and I go, that's not what I want though. It's just something I know. It's like a resume builder. I know it'll be good for something like that. And I think it's so much more rewarding to go like, this is what I really want to do. And sometimes it's like that idea of like what's good for your career or do you want to follow something that's good for your career or do you want to follow something that's for your passion? Do you want something that you really want? And so you know, and that doesn't mean you gotta like deny what's good for your career, but it's just setting like a goal. It tends to be something that's by the book in my mind that I've seen it like I got to do it because it's something I need to do, and you should not necessarily deny your needs because they could be really important if you're trying to stop drinking, if you're trying to stop smoking, everything like that. But it's going to be more rewarding. And you're going to be more willing to follow through with that resolution if you follow the want of something like, okay, I want to do
something
this.
that personally drives you.
Yes.
Right? So
yes.
wait, first off, I'm going to take a step back and say Domino's is delicious sometimes, okay? Now,
I mean, I fucking love Domino's.
Yeah, exactly.
The wings, oh my God.
But,
they just, but then we
I do get exactly what you're saying though, and that's what I was saying is like if you want to make a change, like you can make that change at any time throughout the year, no matter what it is, if it's something that you truly want to do.
Right.
But what do you think about like the tracking of those goals? Because you're like, oh, if I want to do this, I've got a toe in it. I've got my mindset on this. I'm going to start this process. So like with the new year though, like a lot of people track their success on like, you know, if it's like a fiscal year or like the calendar year or something like that. So like as it makes sense then, right? At like the change of the new year, hey, in my business or whatever I'm doing, like I'm going to continue grinding. I'm going to continue doing this, but a resolution for like from 2021 or from 2023 to 2024, this is what I'm going to do. And it's going to start January 1st, 2023, right? So like a New Year's resolution, I guess to me, it makes sense in that respect.
Yes, I guess. I mean, and I'm sure some people find success from it, but setting like that personal like agenda on their calendar or whatnot, if they're organized like that. But personally, that I feel in my life, people are chaotic. Things happen in their lives, right? Things can't always be followed by a schedule. You can't, and people have their personal motives, and so it's really a personal conversation with yourself. And of course you can talk to yourself by writing something down and saying this is what you have, you got to do, or this is what I wanted. I mean, you can't write I want this, but like it is emotional thing for me. Like it is like a feeling of drive. The drive is a feeling. There's a want. So you can say I want something, but really it could be that you just need it. You're telling people something that you need, or you're telling yourself something you need. But
just keep up appearances, kind of.
Yeah, but it truly, and so like, and sometimes. There's like a saying, like, don't always tell people out loud, like, what you're doing. Just go ahead and do it, right?
You know who said it best? You want to know who said it best?
Who said that best?
You know fucking who said that best? Bitch, real G's move in silence like lasagna.
What's this
Tell
from?
me who said that.
What is this from?
You know Lil Wayne?
No.
Wheezy F Baby?
Quote it to me.
Yeah, dude. He said...
Hold on. Before you say it, take some cough syrup so you can... With
the raspy voice,
give me a...
Wheezy. He said in the song... Damn, nah, I don't even know the song. Bitch, real G's moving silence like lasagna. I want to say it was Shoes.
I'm fucking hungry.
No ceilings.
I'm just thinking about lasagna now.
No, that's not. That's a different song, dude. Damn, son. What's the song? 6 foot, 7 foot, maybe. Damn, we're gonna have to find that one. I'm gonna have to show it to you off. But anyways,
Okay.
so New Year's resolutions. We don't subscribe to the idea. Okay, I get it.
Okay,
That's
you
cool.
got
That's
the
cool.
point. Yeah.
I mean, and that's totally fine. And I get both sides. I could see both sides because I also was like, I don't fucking get New Year's resolutions. And because you could, like I said, like you could just make the change whenever you want to see the change, right? If you want to see a change. But then I get that as the new year, you're starting like a brand new. It is a new, fresh year. Like there's no disputing that, right? Like it's a change in the date that changes from like a year to the next year, which is pretty crazy because years change into decades, which change into centuries, which change into
Time's a made up concept.
and time. It's crazy, and that's what it comes down to. It's like
Existential
what is time,
crisis.
right?
Coming in. I can't. What does it all mean? All right, but yeah,
Dude.
yeah, exactly, right.
I miss you, man. I miss you. It's good to see you. It's good to see you.
Dude, wait until we have
What's it
fucking
been?
coffee, dude.
Oh,
Then
dude,
it's
you
just
wanna
gonna
have
be
some
like,
coffee? Dude, I brought some. I brought some. Ladies
Dude,
and
I
gentlemen,
can't go to sleep.
John Catterfeld. Thank you, brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
we're gonna-
Let's enjoy the rest of
Let's
the good
go,
year,
let's
dude.
go, let's go ring in the year.
Yeah,
Come
bring it
on.
in.
Let's go ring in the new year, dog. Let's go ring in the
Happy New Year, everyone.
We're blowing people's eardrums out. All right. This is gonna be interesting to hear how it's progressed from the first time. I'm gonna see if people can guess who the first person was that I chatted with, and then who the last one is of the night, because it's progressively just getting like we're just starting to speak nonsense. It's funny. Thank you. All right. Bye bye. I think I'm gonna do a mic check, and we're good. So, yo, what's good? What's good, big bro? Swole Cole in the building, rocking the SC. I see you. Always, you always keep that thing on you. Thanks for jumping on, dude. Thanks for taking the time out of your busy evening schedule today.
Thanks for having me on. It's good to be back on the podcast.
Yeah, welcome back, dude. We don't got any coffee in us right now. You've had sufficient energy drinks, I think, tonight. We're ringing in the new year.
Yep,
Yeah,
we're on energy drink 2.
How do you feel about it? How do you feel going into 2023?
Good,
What's going
man.
on?
It's exciting. Life's been crazy. There's been a lot going on, but it's good, man.
Yeah,
It's
you guys
excited.
got some fun stuff cracking in 2023, and we'll talk about that in a second, I'm sure. But first, let's think about the last year or so, right? Let's get our reflection hat. Let's put our mirror glasses on and think to the past. In the last year, what's something that you think about 2022 and you're like, that is something that makes me proud. Like I'm proud of that accomplishment or that situation or you are just like, it excites you, something that like brings you joy, something that you reflect about the last year, something that you can think of. Do you have something that comes to mind?
Yeah, for sure. I think probably for me, it's definitely been just the growth that's happened, and not just only professionally, but also with how my priorities. I've just been able to see my priorities change with, of course, the engagement with Harriet, and I think the moment that you kind of go through those changes with your relationship, you kind of start to think differently about life, and you realize it's not all about you anymore. There's like another person that's that you're going to spend the rest of your life with. So that's been exciting, and just to watch those priorities change and kind of start to make some future plans that I'm excited about. So I'd say probably that for this year.
Yeah, dude, that's fucking awesome. That's like beautiful too. It's so great, like knowing, like we all met in college, right? And we're all friends and we hang out, and then like still being together now. What is it? 5 years?
Pretty much,
You guys-
yeah.
almost 5 year anniversary. And just like seeing that relationship evolve, it's amazing. And like we're super excited for you guys, obviously. And we look forward to the future coming up. But thank you for sharing that reflection. Because that's awesome, man. And
I think for us too, it's like, I mean, we're here at New Year's right now, and we have the entire kind of core friend group together. And I think it's just a huge testament, like, as you keep growing and developing individually, like, it's cool to see your friends do the same thing, but then to come back together in moments like this and just celebrate with each other and like celebrate that growth that we've all seen from each other too.
yeah, dude, people are getting promotions, people are getting new gigs, people are like, you know, you guys got engaged, dude. People have been traveling. So thinking about the core friend group, right? The people that are here, the people that we know, the people that we love. I've had a question. I've asked a couple of people. What if you think back on the last year or the last couple of years, maybe, is there something that comes to mind of the friend group that you can think like, LOL, that had me laughing for like months on end, or that was a very funny memory or moment or situation that we found ourselves in? And it can be about anybody. It can be about yourself, like something that happened. Does anything come to mind in the last couple of years or last year?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, for me, I just have to go back to that trip we took back to Pullman. I think we had all graduated, and it was like, I think Tyler was still going to school there to finish up his degree, and him and Rose were living together, and they had the little apartment together. We went back
down by the soccer field.
I think so. It's like the one where you kind of like had to walk down
like,
the hill. Yeah, and it. I just remember we were all excited to be back in Pullman together, and just, like you said, we had started working and we were kind of stepping into adulting, but we go back to Pullman and we're ready to have that like crazy night together. And I just remember you and Tyler came back. We were all asleep in the downstairs, and you and Tyler came back, and Tyler was he was pretty fucked up. I'm gonna be honest, I've not ever seen Tyler that fucked up, like, before or even after that. And
dude, just was it because we got split off from you guys accidentally, and then we were in that doghouse?
Yeah,
dude.
Well, and just part of it too was that some of us just got too some of us got too tired, and we went back and slept, but we were all like crashed. And it was just so funny because Harriet and I were asleep in the living room and Mooney and Keston were like on an air mattress out there. We come back, Tyler just belligerently like fucked up, and I just remember hearing like puking noises, and then Rose trying to like check on him and him getting mad. And it's crazy because I'd never seen Tyler get mad either. But it's just so funny because like Tyler's literally he's the chillest dude, and so just getting to see that side was so funny. And it's just so funny because it's like classic. Like, even though we had started working, we were adulting, like, you go back to Pullman, you get into the same shit you were doing before.
That's true. Like, you get yourself back into that mindset somehow, huh? When you go, especially out in Pullman, I feel like, because it's just like, it's not like Seattle. You don't go to the city. It's like a town, and you're there, and there's like a couple bars, and you go bar hopping with the friends.
Yeah.
Dude, that's funny. That's an unlocked memory right there, dude. That's crazy. I forgot about that trip. But
it's just great right now, like, everybody, like, we're drinking and having a good time tonight, but it's like, it's good to see everyone go through that transition of just growing up, and like we've all come to the realization like we can drink and have fun and not get to that point anymore.
Not have to sleep in the doghouse for a couple days.
Yes.
Damn. Well, hey, cheers to you. Cheers to the engagement. Congratulations on freaking tying the knot. Not yet, right? Almost tying the knot. Looking forward to that. I actually, let me say something. I thought it was a joke because you guys sent initially, like, at the very beginning, because
with the big date.
The date, dude.
Yeah.
And you guys did that on purpose, I'm guessing, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Good. Glad we got some closure on that, because I was like, dude, I wonder if they're gonna like, what's happening here?
Yeah. I mean, we do know that there has
to date. Like, what was the?
Well, part of it is just going through, anyone that goes through the wedding planning process and going through looking at venues. Part of it is when you see the place for the first time, and it kind of hits you like, oh, this is definitely where we want to get married. then it just comes down to availability. And so part of it was just like, this was a great, and April's perfect time and as far as weather and everything in the Phoenix area. But then also it just happened to be on April 1st.
Dude, that's fucking funny. Well, I'm glad that it's not a joke, and we're going through it. It's going to be amazing. That's something to look forward to in 2023. Do you have any New Year's resolutions?
Yeah, I mean, I think to keep it probably something more basic. Like, I recently started reading again.
Ooh.
And I forgot, like, I used to be really into reading when I was a kid, and I realized, like, you know, with how much technology has just taken over everything, you know, like, we're always on our phones or iPads or playing video games or whatever, and it's so there's something great just about like sitting down and reading a book. And also for me, like, I'm trying to the book that I recently read is a leadership book, and I'm trying to like find ways that I can keep growing and kind of getting better at even soft skills for my job and stuff like that. And so I'd say one big resolution for me is to just try and invest more time in doing that. And it's crazy. Like, I'm sure you probably know, but you'll open a book and you'll read like 30, 40 pages and it's just so engaging. Like, you don't even realize how much time's gone by. But that's probably something just like smaller level for me.
That's like, actually, so here's the thing. I could not disagree anymore, dude. I fucking hate reading.
You hate
I
it?
do not like, I can't, well, I just can't like, not that I can't read, I can't keep my eyes open.
For sure.
If I
totally get that.
Pick up a book, dude, I'm falling asleep. Like, it's 2 p.m., it's 9 p.m., it's 2 a.m. Like, if I pick up and I start reading a couple lines, I for sure, dude, I'm like falling asleep. For some, I don't know why. It just happens. It just always happens. But I do listen to a lot of audiobooks.
For sure.
That's the thing that I just like consume audiobooks and podcasts. But the leadership books, like, those are actually pretty enticing because it's like, I like the scenarios that they build in them when they're like sort of like not interactive. And interactive ones are good too. I have some stuff that I think you might enjoy reading. So
I think it's like, for me, like
too.
with a book, that one thing that I love, which I think I kind of got from my mom because she always used to say this, but there's just something about like turning a page and like turning more pages and them stacking, and like it's just kind of like that fruits of your labor feeling almost, where like when you're like investing this time and you can feel it. Because I've done a ton of audiobooks in the last couple of years because I do a lot of like podcasts too, and I like listening to stuff, but I just feel like there's something about like
it's tangible.
just like it's tangible.
You're like, yep,
and it's also like that. I don't know, just something for me, like mentally, I find myself retaining the information. Like a lot of the stuff that I do when I'm like listening to podcasts is like I'm taking Skylar on a walk or I'm at the grocery store.
Right.
And so I'm kind of doing these
kind
like
of multitasking.
These activities. And so it becomes kind of passive, like, oh, I'm retaining this here and there. And I feel like that's what was happening to me with audiobooks. But I love audiobooks. I think it makes it super simple. But yeah, just I don't know, that feeling of like having a book in your hand. It was nice. So I'm really trying to set the goal of doing more of that this year.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude. That's a good goal to set. Honestly, you know what? I think I'm down. You want to read?
Yeah, dude.
You want to start a reading club?
Let's pick a book.
Let's start a book club.
Let's read it. But we'll make it something, because part of it is, like you said,
a Charcuterie Bros book club.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Well,
I'm down.
We just got to find something you're
realistically like quarterly.
Yeah, we just need to find something you're interested in.
I'm down,
and then we can.
Nah, dude,
that's a big part of it with reading. Is like you got to be bought in on what you're gonna consume.
True. I think we could take a vote and like have something that like all four of us come to an agreement on, and like, oh yeah, let's do that.
Yep.
Out of a couple of options, but I'm down. Actually, that'd be a good way, because then we can keep each other accountable and be like, hey, have you read your 10 pages today, motherfucker? You know, buddy system.
And there's gonna be a test in about 2 minutes.
I'd be down, dude. I'm down. Let's do it. I'm excited now.
At least
right.
maybe, and we start small. Like maybe we just
like
do
one,
just do like
book?
one book, and we just
like
figure out like something we're all interested in.
Like a 15-page.
Yeah, just like a little 15 page. Yeah, one we'd buy for like my
15
nephew.
cod manual.
Yeah,
like, a 15-page. Anyways, okay. Well, yes, dude.
Wait, what's your
blessings.
New Year's resolution, or one of them?
I have. I've been. This last year, I've been working a lot on like the leadership skills, like all of that stuff, and putting that into practice more. But I have a New Year's resolution. Like last year, I would wake up early. My New Year's resolution for this last year, 2022, which I've actually like kept up on pretty well, is like just making better use of the day, like the hours in the day, and like getting up early. Like, yeah, it sucks getting up, but we usually go to bed like 9 to 10 ish, right? So waking up at like 6, sometimes that's like 8-9 hours, and that's fine, but I can function pretty well off like 7 hours. So I've just been waking up consistently like 4:30 or 5, you know, and going to bed a little bit earlier. Like we're in bed at 9:30 or something, and that, and using the time and before work to like get stuff done and just like get the brain juices flowing, you know, have a little cup of joe. We got a little book that we're reading, or an audio book, or we got you know, just some work, like just some prep for like work and stuff. I've been doing that, but on top of that, I also want to be more consistent with getting back into the grind, into the gym. So doing that plus working out at least 30 minutes, like just 7 days a week. I think it's like almost taking a little bit of a page from the hard 75, or what's it called? Hard 90.
75 hard.
75 hard.
Yep.
But not quite that intense. I mean, just like staying more consistent, because I've just not been as consistent as I have been before. But I've gotten a lot like more cardio in, because riding a bike is like, you know, cardio, but getting back into it a little bit more consistent, I think.
Do you?
Yeah.
No, dude, I love that. I feel like how much time do we have? Are we at?
Dude, we got all the time we can.
I was just gonna say, so like that book that I read,
keep going.
the last chapter. So it's co-authored by 2 Navy SEALs, and they just talk about like these different leadership principles that they learned in the teams, and then like how you can apply them to like your real world. And the last chapter is called "Discipline Equals Freedom." And one thing that he talks about is kind of like exactly what you just said, which is like one thing they teach you in the SEAL teams is the reason that they have you wake up at like 4 a.m. and then you go to bed at like 11 is because it's all about maximizing your day and what you can do within it. And, you know, like the discipline to wake up early in the morning actually, for some people, you know, it's really hard, but it actually leads to more freedom in terms of what you can do with that time. And I've kind of started to think that way too, especially like with how crazy Harriet's work schedule has been. Like we have this like goal of not, we never want to fall into that trap of where you feel like you kind of just become like a passerby in your own apartment with your partner.
Yeah.
Because like you're so busy with life and work and craziness, and like they get home from work and you spend like 2 or 3 hours together and then just go to bed.
Right.
And like that chapter of the book really like refreshed that. Like we can wake up early, get stuff done, go work out, do all that stuff. Then when you come home from work, like
you can spend the time together.
And just thinking like, how do I invest more time in like my relationships and connections? And then like for me, I've been going to bed a little bit later because I just feel like if I can get more time in doing these other things that are important, and like that's why I love that story, like with the book, because I'm reading these stories and I'm like, dude, if these guys can fucking get no sleep and like go out and get shot at like on the daily basis and like go out and do it again the next day, like I can get my ass up at 5 o'clock and I can like put more time into my relation. And that's why like that kind of stuff motivates me, because it's just cool to be able to hear that story from someone else and then like use your own perspective to be like, dude, there's probably something I could be doing better too in like my own life. So
yeah, that's like the shit. Like it's been said in songs. It's been said in like in movies and books about the, you know, everybody has the same 24 hours. And like when you, it's just about how you apply yourself, or how you apply your time, or your thoughts to your time, or something like that. But it's about like the intention, right? So like you're right. But I've also found that like waking up earlier, doing like, if you are, you know, working out or just like working on your reading or whatever you're doing, like you're stretching, whatever. And then after we come home from work, like there's just 5 hours now that we get to like hang out, or, you know, invest in like, you know, go for a walk, do something together, go out and eat, go, you know, like just spend some time, like, you know, go for a walk. Did I say go for a walk twice? Damn, dude. And I said that I was sober, bro, tonight.
But like to your point, I feel like I don't know, man, like and it's a hard switch to like turn on in your mind, but it's so true. It's whatever you want to do with your day, like you have to create that for yourself. And like, I know you've been, especially since we got out of college, like you've been so on your grind and like staying committed, like whether even like outside of this, like just stuff with your work. Whenever I talk to you about, you know, what's going on in your career, like you're always just grinding, you're always pushing for that next opportunity, you're always networking, and like that kind of grind, I feel like you keep applying that to like those other aspects of life, like you're just gonna, like you're gonna keep winning. And I think too, with like, especially with getting better at things, like you just realize if I don't get up early in the morning, like there's somebody who is up that's like that's doing what that's putting more work in at like what I want to do and be successful at. So like that's also motivating.
And why not be me?
Exactly.
Why not fucking be me? That's that person that's putting in the extra work. Or like, you know, it's not even that it's extra work. It's just that's putting in the work that, you know, to get where you want to be. And thank you. Those are kind words. And it's also about like the circle, right? The people that you keep around you. Like you motivate me. Harriet motivates me. Mooney motivates me. Like everybody motivates each other, and you just build each other up, and it's cool to see everybody grow. And like we're all at those points in our lives and our and in our professions where we're like getting those second or those other opportunities, or getting the promotions, or getting, you know, recognized. So it's cool. It's exciting, and I'm glad that we're all here. We're ringing in the new year, dude. We're about to pop some bottles here in a couple hours,
and we're gonna get
shit.
We're gonna cheers and get ready to run it back in 2023 and keep leveling up.
Keep leveling up. Let's go. Let's get to that next level. All right. Well, thank you, brother. Appreciate you.
Thanks for having me on.
Yeah. Until next time. All right. Bye. I think we're good. So here we are. HNY 2023. I see that hat you got on. I'm joined by Zesty Zoe B now. And Hen Doggy Dog is around here somewhere. He's got a cute little turtleneck. He's a little bit scared right now because of the fireworks. But how we doing? How we feeling?
Also scared because of the fireworks.
That last one was a loud one.
It was very loud.
That was actually really loud. I was surprised.
Not my most favorite thing.
You ever seen those videos of people that I think like it was maybe like several years ago, 10 years ago. Mm-hmm. I saw this video of like in Japan, some huge festival that was going on, and they had a bunch of fireworks, and like there was people that had to like light them, and then
run away as fast as they can,
and then they pick them up out of the thing, and then they light it, and then so it's like really quick, right? Like back to back to back.
That's
and it toppled
risky.
over.
It's a little risky,
dude. Yeah, it toppled over.
Is it worth it? I don't know.
And then the whole shit exploded, like the whole on the ground.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
I'm a cranky old woman, and I hate loud things, so that's my biggest gripe with it.
Yeah, I think.
And it also creates clutter or trash.
Yeah. It's not good, and it's stinky. It smells like sulfur.
Yeah, it smells like farts.
Like farts, yeah. It smells like when Henry has too many eggs for breakfast.
Exactly.
Sorry, Henry. Dude, so, hey, just a couple questions for you. And this is what we're doing for everybody, right? So I think we preface this with... you know, it's just the gang is here. We're celebrating Happy New Year in each other's presence. And I just wanted to take a second and reflect, right? So think back to the last 364 days, right? Almost 365 after midnight tonight. Thinking back on the last year, like, do you have, what are maybe like one thing or a couple things, if you'd like, top things that you remember from this last year that you're like really proud of, or like major changes you've been through, things that, you know, that happened to you personally, professionally, you know, like just think about like all these things that they went on in the last year, right? Because it's been a crazy year.
Yeah.
What do you think is like, does anything come to mind immediately? Or
like things that I'm proud of this year?
Yeah.
Well, I'm proud of myself for getting a new position at work and advocating for myself to get a pay raise and kind of taking the next step towards my future career.
Yeah, dude.
Which is...
Congratulations on that. I know that we've already talked about this, but I mean, it's good for people to hear and to think about, like, you know, we all get, especially in the last couple of years, right? It's been really, really difficult with the pandemic and lockdowns and people like you feel like, oh my gosh, like stir crazy and like,
Yeah.
where am I going with my life? I feel stagnant. I'm not moving, right? Because it was tough. It was lockdown.
I struggled with that a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of I fucking forgot. Sorry. It's okay.
Oh, that's cool.
Fucking get out.
That was Rose.
What was I saying? Okay, hold on. Rewind.
We're talking about like the pandemic and
Yeah. I really struggled with that for a while there. For a huge amount of COVID, I just kind of had the attitude like, fuck it, the whole world's just like going to shit. Like, what's the point? This is all. I was pretty emo, a little angsty, if you will.
I can vouch for that.
And it was tough. It took a toll on my mental health for sure. But I feel finally like I'm back at a good place where I can see, I see hope for the future. The world's not really ending. It's just, some shitty stuff has happened, but, you got to just keep on moving. So I was able to kind of pull myself out of that mindset, which is good. Yeah.
And it's paying off. It's paying off at work. It's paying off at home. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, the last maybe like 6 months, I think we've both seen like some pretty big changes,
Yeah.
And yeah, it's cool. It feels like we're adulting finally, huh?
It does. It feels like we're
is that scary though?
getting
Ooh,
closer
I don't
to
know.
the
I
place
just got
that
the
we're
heebie-jeebies.
the place that we're meant to be,
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah.
What do you think that is?
I think we've taken, well, I don't know.
Do you
but,
believe in el destino?
well,
Like destiny?
no.
Like there's already,
we
this has
make
already
our
happened?
own destiny, but
Oh, dude, for real?
Right now,
Tell
I
me more
like-
about that.
Well,
What do you
yeah.
mean? What do you mean? You make your own destiny.
you
You don't believe in
forge for
God?
yourself what you want. I don't think there's no like predetermined outcome for any of this. I mean,
really? Okay.
yes, I think we all have agency and the ability to do whatever you want. I don't think it's predetermined.
So you don't subscribe to the infinite multiverse universe, parallel universe theory then?
Well, kind of.
Well, because then that means that like all of the possibilities have already happened, right?
But not
And some-
necessarily. I do believe there could be alternate realities that are simultaneously going on at the same time as us, but that doesn't necessarily mean that everything's completely mapped out of how it's going to be. It's just different paths all happening simultaneously.
Everything everywhere all at once.
Exactly.
Like that film.
Yeah, no,
Dang, dude.
I don't know. I think, but I feel like I've reached a point in my adult life where I do feel like I'm heading in the right direction, which is great. Because like after college, it's scary. It's like, what do I do now?
Right.
What's next? I really struggled with that for a long time. Like when I graduated, I went to the doctor and I was like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know about all this. I'm a little anxious.
Yeah.
And
I mean, that's like totally, that's not unreasonable.
No,
like,
it's not. It's pretty
everybody
common,
goes through
I
that because
feel.
you have like everything structured, right? You go
Yeah.
through like step 1, step 2, step 3. Like you're in
Yes.
school, you're in college, and like you have next year to plan for. You're going to be a sophomore, then you're going to be a junior, then and so like you have all these things already
Yeah.
set out, and then once you get out of that, then it's
Yeah.
like, oh, like there's not a next year. This is what's happening.
yeah,
and then
you're
I have
not
to take these
told where
classes
to
and I
go at what
pass.
time.
Yeah, you just
You
like
have to figure out what you want to do on a daily
Exactly,
basis and figure out how to get to
where
the
you wanna
point,
be.
yeah, of where you want to be.
Yeah, and what is that point? And that point is
It's
different for
hard.
everybody.
That's the biggest thing is I'm like, oh shit.
Well,
What do I want to do?
Exactly, huh? That's
How do I know what I want to do? Like, how do you figure that out? And it's a bit daunting.
Yeah.
You're like, I didn't know that I was ever given the tools to know how to figure that out,
Yeah,
I feel like-
definitely some educational.
like some
lacking.
Yeah.
for sure. I mean, like
I
that's
feel
come
like
to
that's
light.
something that should really be talked about at universities and colleges about, all right, as you are approaching graduation, you're trying to figure out what your next steps are. Like, we want you to know that you might not necessarily have everything all figured out for yourself, and that's okay.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
that's perfectly all right,
You're
even
right,
if you don't
yeah.
know exactly what you want to do. I feel like that's something that should be talked about a lot more often, so that, because it's really common for people to be super anxious
Yeah,
after they graduate.
yeah. I mean,
And There should be like education around it, I guess.
Yeah, and like
At least
I agree.
conversation.
For sure, because like you feel, I mean, like, yeah, talking from our own personal experiences, like I felt like, oh, now, like, well, personally for me, like there was a specific track. After you graduate from school, then you like go to grad school and then you go to this profession. But you know, that I was kind of like, I'm already in debt. Like we didn't, you know, have much growing up and like to go to grad school and
monetary
pay for that
commitment.
And, like, yeah,
that's I mean, being like, if 22 and trying to
yeah, dude, 22.
confirm if you want to move on to the next level, put yourself in hundreds of thousands of dollars of debt sometimes, depending on what you do.
Right.
That's a huge responsibility on such a young age. You know, it's a lot of pressure there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're doing all right. We're doing
though.
all right, dude. We out here in Seattle. We out here in Bremerton.
Figured it out eventually.
We out here. We got some good friends. Our families around. Everybody's like healthy. You know, we're good.
It's true. There's lots to be thankful for.
Exactly. And now, so thank you for reflecting with me. We thought back about, you know, this last year. We've had some advancements in our professional lives. That's amazing. Love that. And we are here surrounded by our friends. We got friends. We're kicking it. We're celebrating, about to ring in the new year. Now, as far as the friend group, that's something that I'm really happy that we're all just here together, enjoying each other's company, you know.
Absolutely.
Now, thinking back on the last year, or maybe a couple of years, if you want to go back into the couple of years memory bank, in the friend group, right? We've all gotten tight and we've gotten closer, you know, as the years have gone on, and that's something that I'm appreciative of is that we have stayed in contact and stayed so close since school. You know, it's been like almost 5 years now, 5-6 years since we left.
It's been over 5 years.
So
now.
in the friend group, what's like funniest thing or most embarrassing thing that you remember happening to anybody in the friend group? It could be yourself or anybody else in the last year or 2 years. Because, you know, we go on trips together. We do like, you know, we hang with each other at like each other's respective homes, and like, you know, we've had events.
Funniest thing.
Yeah. What do you think is like something that's funny that stands out to you that you remember? And if it's not in the last year, it could be like in the last couple of years. You know, some funny, but let's say not
too
not potentially incriminating.
Yeah. No.
In any.
Gosh, that's a good question. Well, my memory is terrible, especially after having COVID. I feel like.
Oh, dude, yeah, you just had COVID recently.
Brain fog, yeah. Gosh,
that's kind of embarrassing. LOL, dude, you're late to the game.
God, I don't know, but I know it was kind of embarrassingly late to the game. Almost 3 years
like
after
3 years
everyone
in,
else.
dude?
Yeah.
That's wild, though.
Okay, well, I don't have a specific example in mind, but anytime Rose has ever made me laugh so hard that I cry, which happens, she's one of the only people. Yeah, she's one of the only people that I do that with on like a regular basis.
Rose, you remember this?
Oh, okay. Here it is. I just remembered. Go ahead.
You want me to go?
Yeah. You go first.
Dude, you remember when? Dude, you remember? we were in Pullman, Washington.
Oh God.
Dude, and we were driving. Maybe like we went to Taco Bell or something. It was like an evening.
Yeah, it was.
Maybe
Taco
it was
Bell.
just dark out. You know, Pullman in the middle of the winter, probably fall, sometime around now, maybe December or January. And we're driving back from wherever it was we were getting some food, and it was you, Tyler, Rose, and I in the car, and we were driving back from wherever towards either their apartment or our apartment, your apartment, and we were sitting in this light, and we had to turn right. So when you turn right at a light, we had to go up this hill, and when you turn right at a light, you're obviously going to be, if you're driving in the United States of America, you're going to be on the right side of the road when you turn right, right? So we turn right at this light and start going up the hill. And then all of a sudden, there's like cars coming straight at us, like 3 cars coming straight at us, like from up the hill down towards us. And I was like, whoa, that's weird. They're like driving directly at us. Shouldn't they be on the left side of the road? They're crazy. What's going on? And then I noticed that we were like driving. We were on the left side of the road because she had like merged over, like all the way after she turned right. She merged all the way over, and we were driving on the opposite side of the road, and we almost got fucking
Yeah, it was horrifying.
annihilated. And she was like, just totally. She was like totally just
She didn't realize what she had done. And she wasn't like intoxicated
She was
or
European, eh?
anything. She's
No,
actually
dude.
blind as a fucking bat.
I guess we
She
should have
can't see
prefaced it
shit.
with that. Yeah,
Yeah.
she just could not see anything.
Her prescription's like -8.
Negative. Yeah. Oh, dude,
Negative
we're just
10.
putting Rose on blast.
Well, yeah. And it's not,
Dude.
not to say that I haven't had a good hard belly laugh with other friends, but with Rose,
Yeah.
consistently together we say or do something that makes us just start cry laughing. And I've
Yeah, well, you
peed
guys
a
have
little
been-
sometimes.
Ew,
I'm gonna be
dude,
honest,
you didn't
yeah.
have to share that. Damn.
Okay, but here's this isn't gonna come off funny though.
Okay. All right.
It's one of those things
Hit
like
me with it. Hit me with it. Let's
okay,
see.
remember we were playing Mexican Train,
Okay,
right? And we
Mexican
had we had friends over that lived in the same apartment
Yeah.
building, and then we had another
Wayne
friend.
and Brian, shout out. Shout out.
And then Jesse was there.
Uh-huh.
We were just playing Mexican Train,
Yeah,
super
Mexican
fun
Train.
game. And the song, and I think it's gonna be a long, long time.
Dua Lipa?
But the one with Dua Lipa and
Yeah.
Elton John was playing in the background. And Rose was like, Rose was like, wow, Cher sounds good in this song. And I was like, what? She's like, that's Cher, right? And I was like, no, that's Elton John. And she didn't believe me. We went back and forth for like 3 minutes. And then we ended up just cry laughing because then she realized it's actually Elton John and not Cher. She realized what her mistake was. And
Dude, that happens a lot.
everyone, nobody else was laughing with us. Everyone was kind of like, yeah. But we had tears rolling down our face because we were laughing so hard.
Yeah, I think that is
Those are-
funny.
It's
That's
very
funny.
cleansing.
That's funny.
When that happens. It
the,
cleanses you know?
The tears,
Yes.
the laughter, the tears of joy.
Exactly.
It does.
But we've also had some good belly laughs too.
Fucking course, dude. That's
Yeah.
how we do. Come on. It's that's what life's about, no? Having a
Yeah.
good time, laugh until you cry.
Yeah, exactly.
And yeah, man. That's well, hey. Thank you.
Here's
I
to
think
belly laughing.
here's to belly laughing. Here's to successful 2022 with you.
Yes.
Thank you for
Thank
being
you.
you. And thanks for agreeing to come on and chat a little bit. This is
course.
fun.
This
I love
is
these
fun.
speed dating. It's like kind of like speed dating.
Yeah, it's like speed dating your friends.
And happy New Year to you.
Feliz Año Nuevo.
Ahora sí, así mero. Así me gusta. Ya estás aprendiendo, ¿verdad?
Sí.
Sí, I just lobbed that one up for you. All you had to say was sí.
Sí.
Sí. All right.
Oh, can I say my resolution?
Yes, resolution. New Year resolution, dude.
I
That's
want
a good one.
to
Yeah. Sure.
really dedicate myself to learning Spanish. I am determined to be able to speak and
You're gonna be
understand it.
bilingue. Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
By the end of the year,
Because
easy
it's fun.
money.
It's like a fun challenge. It's like it's kind of like puzzles in
you
your
could
head.
for sure do that. Dude.
Yeah. I think eventually when I've learned enough words and like how to string sentences together, we could even just only speak to each other in Spanish at home to help
Oh,
fully immerse
fuck
me.
yeah, dude. I am down for that.
Because
That's
I already
gonna be so
listen.
fun.
I only watch Spanish TV
TV?
shows and
We've been
listen to
watching
Spanish
Spanish.
music, but I
Yep.
feel like I really need to practice the.
Just dive straight into
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Duolingo
it's-
is awesome though. I love using it.
It would be easier if there were multiple people that then you are completely immersed in it. Like if there was me, somebody
Right.
else that spoke Spanish, if it was me and then
Like,
Flavio
yeah.
and we just were talking Spanish all day and you had no choice but to like join
Yeah.
in, that would be easier. But I think it's kind of hard because we could talk, I'll talk to you in Spanish, but then you're just
But
like,
then I'm like,
what
oh,
does that
wait,
mean?
oh.
What's the what is the, so then I can
Yeah.
explain it to you. And so it's just kind of like,
Or you could just refuse and ignore my pleas.
I could refuse, but that's kind of torture.
That would be kind of mean.
And then we wouldn't get anywhere.
Tortura.
Yeah, exactly.
La
See?
tortura. Tortura. That's a good song by Shakira.
But
Anyways.
Okay. I think these fireworks are torture for Henry.
La tortura.
Don't say tortuga.
Not tortuga.
All right. Well, thank you. Happy New Year. Love
Happy
you.
New Year. Love
Bring
you.
it in. Bring it in. Bring it in. All right, everybody. Dude. Feliz año.
Feliz Año Nuevo.
Dude. Happy New Year's 2023. We're in it now. We're in it to win it. And now, Flavio, my brother from another mother. People never believe when we're together, people don't ever believe that we are like actually who we say we are. Correct?
Correct. Remember when I tried to make Flavi and Tavi a thing in college?
Yeah, dude. I think it's still a thing in my book.
Yeah. But it never panned out.
No, dude. Well, people, I think.
Because you remember how awful it was introducing ourselves, like you said.
Yeah.
Flavio and Octavio. Like, no fucking way.
People don't believe that shit when it's like, oh, hey, especially like in a loud, like dingy, like, frat basement, like loud music. Hey, I'm Flavio. Hey, I'm Octavio. It's like, what? Oh, man. But, dude, thank you for making the trip out here. You've been out in the Tri-Cities, back up in Seattle, kicking it. We with the crew. We've gotten to reminisce. We've gotten to chat. We've gotten to reconnect. Everybody seems to be doing well. Our careers are kind of taking off. I want to ask you, in the last like year or so, thinking back, reflecting, what's like a thing or two things, three things, some big like milestones or something that you're like proud of that brings you like joy, something that's happened in the last like year or so? Have you thought about that?
I think the big, like the obvious big one would be graduating PT school and then just like getting my career going.
Hell yeah, brother. That's been a long time coming, man.
Yeah, a lot of years in school. I'm just finally glad I'm done with that.
Yeah, man. And so like now you're in it. Now you're in it to win it. How long have you been practicing now?
Over a year now.
Over a year?
Yeah.
And do you still like, how do you feel like the last year has gone, or like the last, because you're still, I would say like that's still fresh, right?
Yeah.
You're fresh.
Yeah. Like obviously still learning as I go, but
Yeah.
I couldn't have, like, I love my job so much.
Yeah. Are you you're outpatient?
Outpatient,
right?
yeah.
Outpatient. And do you have like a specific like age group or demographic that you cater towards, or just like everybody?
No, it's
Not any like prehab specifically, or like
no, anyone from, I think my youngest was 7 up to 70s, 80s.
Yeah. Dude, hell yeah. That's dope. Man, I'm proud. I know it's like, it's weird when people are like, oh, I'm proud of you, or like, it feels a little bit maybe awkward, but I'm proud of you, man, because we went through the Kinesis program together at WSU, which is how we had met. And not the Kinesis program specifically, but just like at school. And like after that, we had kind of the same vision, the same plans. I went off into a different path, but you stuck through it. You went to grad school, you graduated, and now you're here, dude. DPT, Flavio, dude. And are you planning on getting any other like licensures or like the CSCS or anything like that?
OCS maybe in the future, but
for now,
yeah, for now I'm just doing what I'm doing.
You liking the Tri-Cities? Eastern Washington's cool.
I like it. Yeah.
How far is?
It's like 3-ish hours from here.
How far is the Dalles from there?
From the Tri-Cities?
Yeah.
2 hours.
2 hours? Still, huh?
Yeah.
Damn, it seems like that's not that far. But
No, it is.
shit. Well, dude, hell yeah. Well, career's taking off. Graduating school. Hell yeah. What about we're in the new year, what do you think about what's cooking? What's cooking for the next year or so? Looking forward to 2023. Do you have any New Year's resolutions? Or do you not subscribe to the New Year resolution thing, which is totally fine because I can see both sides. I get it.
I've never had New Year's resolutions just because I feel like that implies they're temporary. You know what I mean?
Oh, dude, that's a good point. So like this is for this year.
Like diets.
Yeah.
Like I've never had a diet even though I eat healthy.
Yeah.
Just because diets imply temporary.
Huh. You're right. Okay. So like, is it like, have you set
like
New Year's
I
resolutions
obviously
in the past?
No, but I obviously just want to be like I just want to better myself. If that
All
makes
the
sense.
time.
Yeah.
All the time, right? So this kind of goes like, I was talking with John earlier. Because he was like, yeah, I don't really subscribe to the New Year's resolution thing. And I get it because if you want to make a change, you can make a change in your own life at any point in time in the year, right?
Yep.
But what do you think about like the new year marking that? Specifically, what we were talking about was like December 31st, 2022, or whatever the year is, right? It's a specific date. You can see it on the calendar. You can see it on a watch, or you can see it on the computer or whatever, right? It's like there. And then when you flip the page, it is the change of like to a completely new year, right? It's like a new year. Years turns to decades. Decades turns to centuries. Centuries turns to, millennium. And then like that's time, right?
Yeah.
So when you look back in history and you see like, Albert Einstein like dropped the dopest equation of all time that was revolutionary for math in whatever 36
something like that.
some shit whenever he was alive, and so you see that year and you're like, oh, that's when that happened, right? So what if his New Year's resolution in 35 was like, hey, in 36 I'm gonna drop the hottest shit somebody's ever seen?
Yeah.
All right. Kind of see it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit. Which I also didn't realize that Albert Einstein was. I used to think that he was like from back in the days, like
No.
Like
not that old.
not that long ago, right?
Yeah.
Did you always know that? I feel like it's something I learned and then I forgot.
Oh yeah.
Like I learned it in like 6th grade or something maybe, but then I forgot it because for some reason Albert Einstein seemed like it was like a 1853 guy.
Yeah. Isn't it one of those like what are they called? Mandela effect?
Dude, let me tell you about Mandela effect. Here's the thing, right? And I'm going to probably butcher this a little bit, but I think it kind of makes sense in my head. Can I tell you?
Uh-huh.
So we're going to get on a tangent here, but bear with me. So there's this idea or this thought that at some point in time, maybe in like the 2000s, we as a human civilization got to this point technologically where we like split into the dimension or like some other dimension. You know how there's like the theory of infinite universes?
Yeah.
And so there's like infinite numbers of ways that like one specific, like our lives could have panned out in a different universe or in a different, parallel,
Universes?
Not universe, but what's the other term? Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Universe. We'll keep running with the word universe. So a lot of different universes, right? And so in like the 2000s, we like came close to this like barrier or whatever, and like something happened where we shifted into like a different universe.
Dimension?
Yeah. Got a boy, Flavio. That's what I need. So, hey, every Octavio out there needs a Flavio, okay? And vice versa. Every Flavio needs
Flavio
an
and
Octavio.
Tavi, I'm telling you.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Flavio Tavi 2024. So the thing is like this happened, right? 2005, let's say, whatever.
Yeah.
2005. And we split, right? And after 2005, now some people went into that dimension, right? And some other people stayed the course in the other dimension, right? So when we shift into a different dimension, there's still Flavio and Octavi, right? But this Flavi maybe remembers things differently or had a slightly different dimension or different universe, right? They're from that different dimension or universe. So that like pretty much everything else is the same, but there's just these minor little glitches in time, right? Time and space, and I'm doing air quotes, that seem to be a little bit off, but nobody knows why, right? So this is kind of that thought of like, oh, maybe it's because we split into that different, like, we just took a little sidestep, and now I'm just like here, and like, oh, that was weird, right? but as we're going through life, since that first ripple happened, right? Since that first split branch happened, that it has become an exponential branch that has led to like millions of different universes and parallel dimensions.
Yeah.
So that we right now talking might not be the same Flavian Tavi from 2016.
Whoa.
Right? But we are like very, very, very close to those other two. And like we have the same memories, similar memories, but maybe you remember Berenstein spelled the Stein, and I remember it Steen, right? You know what I'm saying? So Berenstein effect, the Mandela effect, right? So that's where that kind of thought is, and I know I butchered that. Whoever like I saw this video online, but that's kind of wild to think about, no? Because like, how did we start talking about this?
The Mandela effect?
The Mandela effect. Yeah, I don't know, but okay. So we've reflected this last year. Careers have taken off. Thinking about, just continuing to learn, continue to fine tune your craft. Right. Looking forward. We don't really subscribe to the New Year's resolution thing, and that's cool because we are just constantly progressing towards achieving our goals.
For sure.
That's what I'm hearing, right? So, taking a quick sidestep from professionalism, I'm happy for you, dude. Again, I'm just proud of you. I'm glad that you're still out here, you're doing the damn thing, and that you love it, and your heart's still in it, and you're passionate about everything that you learned in school, and like stuff that you continue to do. Remind me to tell you about something. I need to ask you something about something off air. So complete sidebar. Now, let's chat about the group. So something that I was thinking about reflecting on this last year or so is how like our group that we all met in school, right? We all met at WSU, but we still, after a decade now, almost, since like some of these people
not that long,
but like since we known each other, like I was 28. No, it was like I was 18, 19. Like I was a freshman in college.
Yeah.
Right. So I was 18.
18.
Yeah. So from 18 to I'll be 28 soon. Like that's almost a decade that we've like known each other. It was nuts, right?
Yeah.
So thinking of like keeping all these relationships and keeping the friend group and thinking about everything that we've gone through and things that we've experienced together was something, if you recall, and I know this is tough to just think of on the spot because I know we have a bunch of stories and we've been reflecting all night, but what's something that's funny out of like all this friend group that you can remember that's like has really stuck out in your mind, whether it's like Moon or John or like an experience that we all had together or that you witnessed or that you recall having in like the last year, couple of years, in school, anything like that comes out to mind? You know what I think? Yeah. We can take some time. I can tell you one of mine.
Yeah, what is it?
Is it okay if I share your teeth story?
Go ahead.
Well, I think we talked about that. We talked about that earlier.
I try to forget this.
Well, do you remember it? That's the real question. I just remember we had a sweet ass picture. We got a dope picture.
Oh, at the stadium?
It was at school, yeah.
Yeah.
We got this picture at the stadium, and so it was Halloween, right? So a little backstory.
Yep.
It's Halloween. Everybody in Pullman, Washington, that goes to WSU for Halloween, we would dress up for the Halloween football game. It was, if it was home, like everybody would dress up, and we would go to the stadium. And so
it's a Thursday night, right?
I think so. It was like a late night.
So we had like class the next day.
Yeah, we had like class on Friday. We had to get up at 8 a.m. to go to freaking Beasley or whatever. And it was you, Andy, Brian, and I think, right? That were in this picture. Yeah. So like somebody snapped a pic of us and we were just like having a blast at the game. And it was an awesome picture. It was like made the front page of like the WSU
the
sports
WSU,
shit.
Their official page.
Yeah. And so we're having a blast at the game. We're heading home. were like, I think the Cougs won. It was a good night. Maybe not. They probably lost.
I don't.
But
I actually don't remember.
so we're walking back, and Brian and I were like looking around. Well, we lost Flavio. Where's Flavio at? I don't know. Well, let's just keep walking towards the house. There's herds of people that are going back that way. We'll find him. We'll bump into him. You were dressed like a
Spartan.
Spartan.
So was Brian.
You were a Spartan. Brian was a Spartan. I was the Reno 911
Andy was like
guy.
a construction worker.
And Andy just had a hard hat from his like architect classes or whatever, engineer classes. And we're walking back to the house, and we get back in the house, and then we hear some people causing a ruckus, causing some commotion outside. And Brian runs outside, and he's like, "Dude, come look, Flavio's here." And I go outside, and there's Flavio getting up from the
part
sidewalk.
I don't remember.
Because you remember how the sidewalk to the house that came from like that corner on California and that cross street that goes towards Domino's and then like down that fat hill
down towards Taco Bell. Yeah,
so like that corner right there. You know how those stairs were like a fucked up, awkward.
they were like super wide.
Yeah, they were like
they weren't that deep, but they were super wide.
Super wide, not deep, and uneven. Like one would take you like 3 strides to get past the step, and then like the next one would be like 2 steps, and then the next one would be like 3 strides again. You know. So it was a weird stair, and so you just must have like been walking down, you just ate it, and you just took a little dolphin dive, nosedive straight into the corner of that sidewalk cement, and you came up, and you just had this big old smile on your face, and you would look like one of those videos of those little kids that like just got their teeth yanked out by like floss, and you were just like, I can't feel my face. Oh man. And that shit, that's funny.
Yeah, and I still had to go to school the next day.
So I had to go to school the next day, and
no
then you
teeth,
had to go.
no front teeth.
Hey, but now you got some nice pearly whites, man. They look good.
Yeah, expensive.
Do they hurt?
What's up?
Do they hurt? Do they get like sensitive to like
No.
cold stuff?
No.
Oh, that's good. I hear like when you get
When
like
you
that
first
shit done,
get them, yes.
dude, when you get that stuff done, and then like if they do it wrong,
Yeah.
like, you know how there's like sometimes they leave a little gap in there or whatever, and then there's just like a sensitivity
Yeah.
forever.
That was the worst part, actually, just getting them on.
Yeah, dude. Oh man, that just gave me chills. That just made me shake. Dude, well, thank you for sitting here. Thank you for reflecting.
Yeah.
Thank you for looking forward to the next year. We got some trips planned up ahead of us. We're gonna
We
be
do.
sitting
Going
on
to Cabo in a month.
sitting on a beach, sipping tecates and eating ceviche, dude. Shoot,
Can't wait.
living la vida loca. Are you down to try iguana? Would you try iguana with me?
Absolutely.
People are put off by iguana, but it's delicious. I'm not gonna lie.
You had it?
Yeah, I've had it
Where at?
in Tijuana.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's bomb. It's just meat. It's just like chicken. You know, and
Like
I
frog
hate saying
legs?
that. It's like very exact, but frog legs are right.
Yeah.
You had frog legs, right?
No.
Oh,
I would
but
imagine it's like the same
It's
thing,
like
though.
tender. It's just like a tender, nice, juicy little, little 2-biter.
Yeah.
But anyways, all right, let's go ring in the new year some more. I guess it's already 12:30. So it's the new year now. Thanks for ringing in the new year with me.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Anything that you want to leave the people with? Anything that they need to know? If you got any PT needs in the Tri-Cities, in Kennewick, Pasco, Richland,
Don't come to me. I'm already too busy.
don't.
I'm kidding.
You said it there first. Yeah. Do you do consultations or anything though? You want some clients,
Technically,
dude?
we do.
People listen to the pod on the Tri Dog.
They do?
I don't know. Maybe. Probably. Maybe.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah, all right. Well, shit. All right, dog. Well, thank you again. Appreciate you. Appreciate everything that you do for us, our friend group, your patience, the people around you. Keep being you, man. Keep being you. Just keep doing your thing.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Okay, bye. Check. All right. We are back at it again. What's up? And I'm joined by Harriet and Keston. Hello.
Hello.
Thanks for joining. It's kind of fun, right? You're just kind of like holding the mic and you're like, ooh.
Yeah, I feel cool.
I got a little power. I'm kind of like, what am I going to say on this, right? We can say whatever we want. Dude, 2023. We're here.
Literally.
Crazy,
We
huh?
made it. We
What
made
did-
it.
Did you guys ever think, you remember thinking like in 2010, like 2023, that ain't no thing. Like it's not going to happen.
Oh yeah, I feel like it's just gone by so fast. I don't even remember 2010.
I thought that the world was going to end in like 2012. Like I believe that shit.
Same. I thought the same thing.
I believed that shit when I was like, because the movie came out like 2010 or something like that, and I was like, oh, dude, the world like earthquakes are gonna happen, tsunamis, like shit's gonna hit the fan, and like the power grid's gonna go out, and like we're gonna die. I actually thought that was gonna happen. I think we were like middle school or high school or something like that. I was freaking out. But that's conspiracy theory me. Anyways, let's get back on track here. Okay. Thinking about, it's kind of the same realm. Thinking in the past, right? As we sit here, let's reflect. Think about 2022. So long ago, dude. Last year, dude.
Dude, so last year.
Now, last year, I'm curious. I've just been asking people this. Is there something that happened in 2022 that comes to mind as like a proud moment, an achievement, something that you're like, damn, that's awesome. I'm proud that either you were part of something or just something out in the world happened, something in the group happened, something in your family life, work, something that just pops out to mind about like an accomplishment or something that was stellar.
Yeah. For me, I feel like this year has been like pretty much all focused around my career. I feel like it's been like I used to work in retail for 3 years and now I'm working for like a startup and like I'm up to so much. So it's been like the most stressful, but like also the most rewarding just because I've just like been doing things that I don't know. And obviously I also got engaged. So that was one of the most exciting times. And so I'm excited for the wedding coming up in April. But yeah, so it's been like a very exciting year. Like I feel like, but also one of the most stressful. But yeah.
Dude, that's awesome though. And congratulations to you.
Thank you.
Congratulations to you and Cole. Is he going to take Slater or are you going to take Jacobson? Have you guys talked about that? Is it going to be hyphenated?
Well, so I have 2 middle names. So if I did hyphenate, it would be like the longest name ever.
Dude, you're talking to a Mexican. We see long names.
Yeah. Because like I love my last name and I feel like Harry Slater, it's like it sounds cool, but and like he said he would totally take my name, but like he kind of wants to take like
oh shit, we got him, dude.
He totally
He's
would.
recorded.
He totally would, and his mom I know is like all for it, but he wants to carry on the Jacobson name, and I just want the same last name, so it's like I am fine whatever. But I feel like hyphenating it would have been with 2 middle names. Do you have 2 middle names?
I had 2 last names, and now I have one of them is now my middle name.
Okay, yeah, with forms and stuff.
Yeah, it's a pain in the ass, dude.
Yeah. My WSU email was Harriet.Evangeline. My whole because they just messed up. They thought my second middle name was my last name.
And then it's too hard to change it.
Yeah.
Fucking
like my whole
fuckers.
But,
dude. Okay, well, some major life changes, some personal changes, and some major career changes. Props to you as well, kicking ass.
Thank you.
Way to go.
Thank you.
Keep on being that dude. Keep on keeping on.
Trying.
Hell yeah. Keston, what you got?
Just a comment to add
Did you
about
touch
the
the
last
knob?
name. Oh, the knob.
Did you touch it? If you moved it, move it back to where it was. But if you didn't move it, don't worry about it. I think it's good. We're good. It's fine.
One thing to add about the last name, I have 2 last names now since I got married.
Yeah.
And even that is kind of a pain in the ass because I didn't hyphenate. So I don't know that I would recommend having more than 1 last name.
Same, dude. Thank you. So, okay, we're all in agreement. I have said this since I was 17, 18 maybe, because the same shit happened. The FAFSA, like the financial aid stuff, trying to apply for all that. And then through school, one of my last names was hyphenated, Moreno Preciado. And then one of them was not hyphenated. And the little hyphen doesn't go in, like, they don't let you put special characters in the applications or whatever, So all this shit was always messed up. And then they were like, no, we can't give you your documents because they're certified, blah, 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 blah. And that was, anyways, so we're in agreement. don't hyphenate your last names if you can avoid it at all costs. But if you have to, we understand that. Yeah. Single last names rule, though. All right, but Keston, what do we got? What's popping? And what's as we reflect on 2022? What do you think?
Yeah, similar to Harriet, this year's been big steps for my career.
Dude, yeah, we out here. We at Google now, right? Is
I am.
Googie?
I'm on
Googie?
contract at Google.
What's that? Oh, are you at liberty to say? Yeah, let's maybe. You don't say anything that might be too incriminating. Okay, but
I don't think it's incriminating. I'm just employed by a staffing agency, and then they basically rent me out to Google. That sounds weird, but that's
so you're
the
like
best way
third
I can
party.
describe
You're
it.
kind of third party.
Yeah, I'm third party. My contract is 11 months, which is really strange. I don't know why it's not 12 months. But I'm obviously hoping that they choose to either extend my contract at the end of 11 months or hire me full time. But we'll see. So that's been the most exciting thing for me this year.
Hell yeah. And you're enjoying it, the new role. How long are you in it now?
I've been in the new role since October.
Oh, so you're still kind of like, you still maybe on the last little bit of Bambi legs.
Yes.
You're just figuring it out a little bit still.
It's really, it's like a very niche industry that I'm in. I basically do moderation for a data science online community. So there's a lot of stuff I'm learning that I didn't know before.
Oh, so you're the feds. Have we talked about this? You are the feds.
I'm the
you
feds
come in and you're like,
of the data
"You
science
fuckers,
community. Yeah.
This is not how you do it.
It's kind of weird because you like have a power trip and you're like, yeah, I can like ban people from the site.
Yeah.
But then you also have to deal with the people who like complain about being banned and all that stuff. So
you gotta be mean. You gotta like put your you gotta put the foot down. Put the
I gotta
boots
put the
in
hammer down.
Asses. Damn, for real. You're Thor. Shit. That's kind of crazy.
It is crazy, yeah.
Ooh.
But it's fun. I really
cool.
do enjoy the work.
We want you in our corner then. Hell yeah, dude. That's awesome. Congrats to you. Congrats to both of you. See, this is cool because I think a lot of everybody pretty much that I've been talking to is like we're at that point in our lives where we're reaching these career milestones. We're like either advancing in this certain field that we're in, we're changing fields, we're like exploring new opportunities because of all the hard work that we've put into whatever our respective fields have been after graduating from school. Now what? 4 years ago, 5 years ago, I was saying, I don't know.
We don't talk about that.
I was talking to Flop. Dude, we've known each other, like all of us have known each other for like almost a decade or a decade now. It's
crazy.
Yeah. Like I know Flavio, we known each other. Moon and I have known each other since we were 18, you know? And we're about to be 28, 27, 28. Like that's wacky, dude. That's
Mind
nuts.
blowing.
So as we think about reflecting, thinking back on the last year, thinking as like our friend group, because something that I'm really like, that I was thinking about this last year is so cool that we've all gotten closer, like the 8 of us, right, have gotten like really, really close. And like we've gone on trips together, we go camping, we go, just hang out, we like do this, we have food. And I just like am super, super appreciative of that and fortunate to like be surrounded by so many loving people. What is there anything that you guys can think of in the last year, the last couple of years as the group that strikes you, that comes out like a really funny moment or like a moment where you were like, oh my God, I am never going to forget this until like for the rest of my life? Something that came up earlier, I could start, and you guys think about it, was when we were, and it was like funny, but it was like, it also sucked, was when we were camping at Lake Roosevelt. You good? Is he good? He's good. When we were camping at Lake Roosevelt, and it was like the worst thunderstorm that the Pacific Northwest has seen in ages, and everything got soaking wet, and all the girls were like, hey, because I don't think we had towels or like hoodies or anything, because it was like a beautiful day earlier that day, right? And it was like sunny, and like we go out and we're going to go to the beach, and we had the floaty, which we walked over there, and it sucked because it was like really hot. And then we got to the beach and it started pouring, and then all the guys had to go back to the campsite to like grab towels and blankets and whatever. And as we went back, like that was the worst part of the storm, where it was like just pouring the hardest. And we get back to the campsite and everything is like just broken. It looks like it was like looted. Like there was like, the freaking, what's the Game of Thrones. What are the people called that come in? What's the dudes that come with Daenerys Targaryen? Did either of you watch Game of Thrones? Am I talking
Negative.
to who am I? Am I?
No.
Really? Neither of you, huh? Shit. What were you guys watching? True Blood?
I couldn't make it through the first episode of Game of Thrones.
Yeah, I was there too. That happened like 3 times for me, and
I definitely have not
It's
given
fine.
it a chance.
whatever.
Yes,
Anyways,
I will say the same. Not a fair chance.
Yeah.
it's anyways, well, it doesn't matter anymore. I forgot what I was saying. But the campsite was horrible. Then it was like raining, and then we got back, and then the rain stopped. And so we went through all that shit for nothing. While you guys were just like chilling under this gazebo and like weathering the storm. And I just will never forget that camp trip. That was
That's
hilarious.
definitely a good memory.
That's
That was a good day once the storm passed.
Yeah. Do you guys have anything that you've thought of? Yeah, once
Putting
the
me
sun
on the
passed.
spot here.
Dude, I know, right? It's kind of fun. You got to think. You got to be like Jimmy Neutron.
Brain blast.
Brain blast. You remember Jimmy Neutron, dude? With the pants?
Wait, can you say the question again?
Yeah. Just thinking about like, I'm just trying to think of funny things that have happened in like the friend group or that somebody has done or said or like, just memories. Just thinking about, just
Like
thinking about,
when-
just reminiscing.
20 minutes ago when Keston asked Tyler she meant to ask if he was near or farsighted, and she goes, "Are you nearfarted?" Like totally in
but I
all
think-
seriousness.
that sums
But-
2022 perfectly.
But that was literally like 20 minutes ago.
But I think that's also just like, I feel like Keston, no offense, you say shit like that like all the damn time.
She didn't even
I'm
know
always
this.
like, bro, I'm always like, yo, what are you saying right now? And then you're like, me? Who? I don't know. So I think it's kind of funny because we all do this. I do this too. But I feel like we all have like these little conversations in our heads that we think that we're having in our heads, but then we say it out loud. And that definitely, just, I think it's like a spectrum, right? And some people have these conversations, and like we all have conversations in our heads, but some people have them in their heads and say them out loud more often than others. I think, Keston, you're just on the side of the spectrum that's like, you say what's on your mind though. See?
No, that's not even. See, I don't even think that's it. I think it's that I jumble my words a lot, and like what I say in my head, what I plan to say, never comes out correctly, which is even worse.
Has that
In my
always been a
opinion.
thing? Has that been a thing?
Yes,
since like, you were
because
a
I think
child?
it's because I have like social anxiety, and so I like stumble over my words a lot, and so sometimes I just combine words or what have you.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard. Words are hard. And then putting it in a social context, especially with a lot of fucking people staring, and like if there's a lot of people that are listening on your conversation, then it like exponentially makes it worse, right? Oh man. I remember one time I had those like as a kid you do like winter like concerts, right? Like you do like band and like the little kids sing and everybody like elementary, So in school we had a different thing that is called May Day. So we also did those winter concerts, but in May, on whatever May Day was, it was like earlier in May, we would do this thing in a similar premise where like our school was really small, K through 12, right? And so K through 12, kindergarten to like 6th grade would do this like choreographed like dance thing kind of thing. Every grade did. And they performed it in front of the community and like in front of the May court, right? Which was like the homecoming king and queen equivalent, like for this May Day. And I had a part, and I don't know exactly what grade I was in, but I had a part where I was very clearly like, we did the choreography and I was supposed to go this way and I was supposed to take a couple steps and then I waved to the crowd or whatever. And then I was supposed to go to the left and I'm supposed to go this way. And I just totally like forgot. And like, I'm thinking this is like the same realm as like the social anxiety, like stage fright, like, oh God. And also I was just a kid, but I walked like the opposite direction, and walking the opposite direction went straight into where the band is. And like I walked towards where all the band stuff was, and I didn't see how far over I was going, and I like tripped over some stuff that was like in the band section, and it just like caused this scene, and I just wanted to curl up in a ball and die. It was horrible. How you doing? You holding up? You good? I don't know how we started talking about embarrassing childhood moments. But,
Social anxiety.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Social anxiety.
No, but I like
We all
literally
do it.
the whole jumbled over. I totally get that sometimes. I'm just like, I don't even know why I said that. And then no one says anything. But I love it because like it's funny because I feel like Zoe, Rose, Keston, and I always talk about it. We're all like have the exact same minds, and so it's like nice. We all think the same way. So when one of us like does something like that, it's just like it's not that big of a deal. Whereas if it was someone random, we would feel a million times worse.
Yeah,
But,
you guys get each other. It's just like you're able to.
Oh yeah, I text Keston all the time. I'm like, dude,
We both overthink about literally everything, and so it just helps us to like know that the other person is struggling with the same things.
Yeah.
Dude. It's the community. It's the community.
Yeah,
right?
no, it is.
Friends are the family you choose, right? Is that what it says? Is that what the saying is?
Yeah.
Friends are the family you choose.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
And the like first time that not the first time, but like in college, especially the first time, like in college or after college, the first time I felt that is with this friend group, which is special.
Yeah.
So
Just a bunch of fools.
just a bunch of fools
Frickin'
doing random shit.
Isn't it cool? Think about where all of our paths came from. Like I came from Touchy, Washington. You were in England. And you were in Seattle, like around the Seattle area, right? Greater Seattle area. But Seattle area, and then Moon, like it's just crazy how we grew up, but then we like met in this small little farm college town, and then like here we are, like, you know, we're in our mid to late 20s, and fucking, you know, I don't know, it's crazy.
It is weird to think about.
How life progresses. And thank you both for being part of my life now for almost a decade. And as we continue through this path of life, I'm looking forward to many more milestones with both of you, with the rest of our group, your guys' upcoming wedding. Keston.
Whatever's next for me, who knows?
Next for you. Just, you know.
Yeah.
just
No,
good
Cole will
vibes.
literally, because obviously you all came for like the groomsmen suits, and then we all got to go out for dinner. And afterwards, Cole and I were just talking because like everyone was like there, and like it was cool because like you, like my brother wasn't even sitting on the same side as me and was sitting next to you. And like obviously you guys know each other, but it was just cool because like everyone was just like there, and it was like all our people. And we were just like, wow, we have a cool ass group. And it's like, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Dude. I think that's a strong ass note. Let's wrap this shit up. You can say bye.
Bye.
I gotta really start timing a little bit better because we were supposed to be doing speed rounds, but here we are. All right. It's going to be sick, dude, because we're bringing in 2023. Bless you, dude. You're having a sneeze attack over here.
This is how I do it now. It's got the allergies for sure.
All right. Well, hey. I'm joined here tonight by Alex Michael Moon and Connor. I don't know your middle or last name.
Alan, 2 last names, Friender-Rowan.
Connor Allen Friender-Rowan.
You got it.
See, Kaffer, dude? You ever go by Kaffer?
Kaffer, dude.
Kaffer,
Kaffer.
dude. Sick. All right. I like
yeah,
it.
sometimes.
Dude, well, thank you for joining. You just take your time over here and have your sneeze attack. Yeah. This is so funny. I forgot. You guys, we just talked about-
Allergies in December.
Have you seen him have a sneeze attack before?
Never in my life. I've known him for at least 20 years.
This is really normal.
That's what
I sneeze so many times.
Keston was saying that the other day, like the last time we were hanging out. She was like, when he has sneezes,
All right,
he
so
never
in college-
sneezes, but when he sneezes, he's got to sneeze
In college,
like 75
most embarrassing
times,
college
dude.
moment. In most embarrassing college moment, we were taking a test in accounting tax, 350, some stupid fucking number after that. But I was sneezing during the test, and literally my teacher got up and was like, "Hey, you should just leave, man."
Dude.
And he was like, "I'll give you
called you
extra
out.
time after the test, but like this is very
like, "Go away."
distracting." And so I left the room,
and I was sneezing outside for like 10 minutes, and then I came back
I think you
in,
just bring that A.
and he gave me 10 more minutes after the class to like take my test. But like I literally got banished from a room for like 20 minutes because of my sneezing.
That's pretty fucking funny, actually. Well, it seems to be better now. I'm glad.
You were a problem.
We can't be. We can't be sneezing. We're gonna sneeze our way into 2023, dude. Bring in the new year.
You're damn right.
As we're sitting here thinking about 2022, I want to ask you both: what is something that comes to mind in the last year, right? As you reach in the memory banks, that you're really like, that you're just super pumped about, that like brings you joy, that you're like proud about, like a moment that is in the last year that you're like, oh dude, that was
Ooh, I think I got one.
coolest.
I got one for you.
Yeah. Dude, what was
I
it?
recently went to Colorado in November
Okay.
to visit some old military comrades that I
Yeah.
haven't seen for 5 to 6 years.
Wow.
And seeing the relationship where it was at since I had seen them was remarkably positive, to like see that nothing has changed. It picked up right back where it left off, and to feel a powerful connection like that, it was a nice sign to see, because sometimes with, you know, being in COVID and all these last 2 years we've had of just shit being crazy,
Yeah.
it's good to see that some, like, the people you care about still show up for you, and regardless of how much time you've been away from each other.
Dude, that's beautiful. Well, thank you for your service, and I'm glad that you were able to like go and reconnect with everybody, because my brother actually had something recently. So, which remind me, what sir? Where
Air Force.
Air Force.
Yes,
Okay.
also known as the Chair Force by some people.
The chair. I've never heard that. Hey,
Yeah,
don't disrespect
I never said
our
it.
Air
I never
Force
said
veterans.
it, but some people.
That's fucked up. Don't you ever say that. That's very rude.
I don't
Very
even
rude.
know. I don't even know. I'm
Coming
not
from
gonna,
Alex
I'm
Moon.
Not, I'm not even gonna ask.
Very rude. Very,
But-
very rude.
Um.
That's what Austin Corbin does, which also is in the
oh,
frat.
He is in the Air Force.
He's a pilot.
Yeah, yeah.
He's
yeah.
great.
Shout
Awesome.
out. Shout out.
Shout
Austin.
out Air Force, baby.
Yeah, well, dude, fucking, no, yeah, I mean, like, that's awesome. I'm glad that you had that experience. And what I was gonna say was my brother, so he was in the Marines, and so he was
Oh,
deployed, and you know, he was over in
A
Iraq.
jarhead,
and
if you will.
Yes, a jarhead. Dude, that movie with what's his face?
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Jake Gyllenhaal is how you pronounce
also
it,
known as
actually.
Gyllenhaal.
I think I heard him pronounce it, and he said Gyllenhaal.
Also in Day After
Maybe
Tomorrow and Spider-Man 2 with
Spider-Man 2? Is he's not
not Spider-Man 2, but the second installation with Tom Holland.
Oh, like the one with the second one from like,
He was Mysterio. Let's just
Oh,
put
he
it out there.
was.
He
You're
was
right.
Mysterio.
You're right. It's fine, dude.
Jake
If you haven't
Gyllenhaal.
seen that,
Jarhead.
like, I don't feel bad for you. That was not a spoiler alert.
You were
If
saying though
haven't
with
seen
your brother?
it.
Marine.
Yeah,
Or
he
no,
was in the
yeah,
Marines. And
Marine.
so he recently, there was a, maybe in the last year or two, there was a colonel or a somebody above, like, you know, not entry, like infantry level,
An officer, probably.
an officer
Yeah.
that had received the highest honor, I think, like a Purple Heart gold, a medal of some
Along
sort.
those
Dude, I'm
lines.
butchering this. Yeah, but along
I don't
those-
know the actual awards and all that
And
either, so
the man was awarded this medal for while they were deployed overseas. He jumped on a grenade to like and it saved the rest of his squad's lives.
And he lived?
No, he did not.
Gotcha.
So R.I.P. to him. And
Yes.
there was this, like, it was a huge deal because he was like a somebody, and like, fuck it, I feel bad that I'm not remembering the name. And so they had this big event at the headquarters, at the Marine headquarters over in, I want to say, Virginia.
I think you're about right.
Virginia. And there was like this private showing for a documentary that was made to remember this man's life. And they did
Wow.
this whole like reunion. And so he got to see some of his brothers in arms, like some of his bros that he hasn't seen in like over a decade or like, you know,
Yes.
like 12 years. And so it's crazy. And he was saying the same thing. It's like, it was not like we missed some time. We all like look different, but
I think the camaraderie you get with struggling with other people is some of the most
trauma bonding,
powerful.
dude.
Exactly, it is
Fucking
the most
trauma
one of the
bonding.
most powerful bonds you can create. And yeah, because I mean, there's some people even I went to boot camp with, only knew for 2 months. I still hit up to this day and
Yeah.
like, yo, what's going on, man? And
Damn.
you can't find that relationship with everybody, and it's just nice to have, even though you had to go through struggle to
Yeah.
obtain it. You know,
You just fucking, especially in that type of struggle, the struggle where you're like legit, you're like, hey, my life's in your hands, your life's in my hands, motherfucker.
like
like,
basically shit sucks temporarily or at this current moment, and we just gotta like push through together, just
yeah,
get over
we're
it,
gonna figure it out.
and then
together.
eventually we're gonna remember it as like the greatest times of our life, even though at the time we thought it sucked.
Yeah.
And that's
Damn.
the grass is always greener on the other side. But
Yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, at the fucking trauma bonding, we've gone through some trauma bonding, I think.
oh yeah, Alex,
well,
anything for you in the year
the
of 22?
fucking- in the frat. Well, yes, let's go back to that. Actually,
right.
we don't got to go to the frat.
Mine's not that heavy, but I feel like in the year
Yeah.
22,
Yeah,
my
it
big
was.
thing was the bonding of like friendships. I feel like in the year 22, one of the things I tried to focus on was just people. Like I feel like in 2021, COVID hit. I lost a lot of track.
Mm-hmm. Or like
of a
2020,
lot of-
right? Like, yeah, like the-
I just lost
so
a lot
the-
of track of people.
Yeah.
Like that just like whether that means I stopped reaching out. I just like lived in my bubble of being at home. I feel like I stopped reaching out. So like last year, tried to like really focus on like, hey, my goal is to reach out to everyone. We're talking, we're friends. Even if you don't want to talk, I'm making my way. We are friends, brother. We're
Yeah.
talking and stuff. So I'd like to continue that, you know, just making sure. I think I've realized that like some relationships have ended through this last year, and that's just how it happens, right?
Yeah,
you know, you
dude.
reach out, people don't want to reach back. It's fine. Stuff ends. But I feel like last year I really focused on trying to reach out, and I'd like to continue that of just like, hey, if I think we're really there, you know, I'm gonna keep going. I'm reaching out. We're hanging out when I'm in town. We're doing all that. Like, we're friends. So I'm gonna keep reaching out, and I'm trying to also work on my small talk. Like, I really want to work on my small talk. When I go to the gym, I'm really trying to talk to the guys. Like, I go to Planet Fitness,
Yeah.
and the people there are always like, "Hey, how you doing?" I'm really trying to like talk to them because like I feel like that's something I lost during COVID was like
Ooh.
just talking to people.
A lot of people don't even have that trait normally. So when you come across, that in itself for me is a struggle. When I go to the gym, I don't want to talk to people. Like someone comes up to me, I'm like, oh my gosh, I haven't seen you since high school. What am I going to say? I start running through these thoughts in my head like, okay, I haven't thought about this person in a while. Make up something to say. Then it doesn't feel as authentic, you know?
Yeah, and the gym is a tricky one because it's like you kind of don't like you want to talk to people, but you also don't want to talk. Like people don't want to fucking people. Yeah, exactly. You're there, like people are in their zone, or especially if they have like there's 2 or 3 people together, and you can't be like this other person that's like, yo, like you could be like, hey, can I use that squat rack, or can you guys want to like know switch?
So I feel like just like what I'm thankful
Oh, flip
for.
it around, blue towards you, brother. There you go.
So I'm just thankful for 2022.
but-
If you're really asking, it's just like
Yeah.
reaching out, which I feel like we all need
Yes.
to do, and try to, and also just push myself. Like I've talked to people who I haven't talked to in a long time. I'm just like, hey,
Saying what's up.
it's weird,
But I do
you just gotta do
appreciate
it.
you reaching out because I've noticed that actually, like in the group text and stuff, and you're always like, "Yo, what's up? What's the plan? What are you guys doing? Let's hang." Or like,
Yeah.
just
Or
saying
just
what's
like-
what's popping. And like, I appreciate that, and I do think I could do a better job. I think it's something that we could all do a better job
I also
at. So
think
I'm
just,
glad
like,
that your mind
also
is
as dudes,
yeah,
it's okay to get little like being like, hey, how's your week just going?
yeah.
Like I
yeah.
like how we have been texting, you know, in our group chat, just being like, "Hey boys, it's Thursday. This week been too easy." And I know it's a big joke because Octavia loves to say it's too easy, but also at the same
Dude,
time,
it
it's
is.
all of us texting on a Thursday saying like, I mean, when I say like my week's been too easy, it's me telling them like, "Hey boys, I've had a good week today. How's your week been?" Then we all get to text each other about how our week's been.
conversation starter.
We just talk about how our jobs have been, how our lives have been. We talk like actually about how we're doing.
Yeah.
And it's like a great space instead of like I mean, I love my wife and I love Kesson, but like Kesson shouldn't have to bear all of my life news. And it's great to be like, tell you guys like,
You definitely
know
gotta
what?
keep
You
some
know what
stuff.
I had a shitty week of work
Yeah.
And we can just say that, be like, yeah. And then it's just like, oh, great. Here's another person to vent to.
Yeah, dude.
And then they don't have to be like, oh, your work just sucks all the time.
No hold bars. No hold bars venting with the boys.
Well,
which is crucial.
exactly.
To
You're not
survival.
worried.
Or girls, but definitely with the boys.
Yeah, like you don't gotta worry about like saying the wrong thing or the thing that's annoying or whatever, right? But that's funny because you like, yeah.
We can
I'll
also just
reserve
say the
that.
same thing too much. Like, I feel like I only text you guys like 2-3 times a week. So if I say one thing 1 week, like that's one time where Kessin might have heard that already like 3 times in that day. And she's just over it at that point. And she's like, I mean, and good for her. She's like checked out. She's like, honestly, you've complained about this invoice. For example, I do AR. So I'm talking about an invoice. She's like, you've complained about this invoice too much to me this week, where I tell you guys, you're like, yeah, that really sucks. Like, I just get that confirmation of like, hey, yeah, I understand why it's like struggling right now, but it'll get better and it's all great.
Yeah,
Just
it'll give it.
places to vent.
It's hard in that moment. It's hard in that moment, dude. Yes, thank you for sharing the reflections. Now, next question: as we think about the friend group and like being together and like being in each other's presence, I've been asking people, is there something that you recall in the last year or in the last couple of years that has happened amongst the group, amongst the friend group, or amongst the people that are here that stands out to you as being like something that was hella funny, that you were like, dang, that moment had me laughing or crying or both for, extended periods of time? Are there any things that come to mind?
Well, I guess with this friend group in particular, there was a moment when the people who all went to high school here together, we went out, and me and Chandlin Morgan, for the record, Chandlin Morgan got absolutely obliterated drunk like little schoolgirls. Or not. Why did I say that? Jesus Christ.
Hey,
not like that.
Because we're here with the boys.
We're here with the boys. We got white girl wasted. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
And so me and Chandlin end up sleeping in the same bed like it's a good old fashioned sleepover.
Oh, dude, ain't nothing wrong
And,
with two
we're
guys
just talking
sleeping in
about
the same
how
bed.
none of us got laid that night, and that we're drunk and we love each other, and it was quite hilarious.
Hey, that's kind of bonding though. You're just kind of like, it's just bros.
And it was cool because we were 27, and it's like we haven't had a sleepover since we were 13.
Oh,
And
dude, it was bound. It was due.
So yeah, it was a great funny thing to happen between
That
us.
That was
funny.
really
Thank you
good
for
night.
sharing. That's funny. The schoolgirls.
I think for me,
That was the
good.
funniest part.
Oh man, I've had a lot of wild things happen this year, but with this friend group, I would say,
Dude, I'm gonna say something real quick that I just remembered that wasn't really like it was funny, but it fucking sucked. I'm not gonna lie, it sucked. It sucked when we were there.
Yeah.
But it's funny looking back at it. We went out and we were camping out with Boots and Pammy.
oh, you're talking about
And-
rainstorm?
Dude, yeah, we go out to this beautiful spot, Lake Roosevelt, out on the Columbia, Eastern Washington. It's
And-
great. It's
and
like the 4th of
Kessin's
July.
aunt,
It's hot.
Kessin's
We're
aunt
on a
Pam and
boat.
Uncle Boost let us on their boat.
Yeah, we got a boat that we're kicking it on. We're out there for like 3 days or something, maybe like a substantial amount of time. One of the days we were planning on going down and kicking it at the beach, and we go down, and it's like a nice sandy beach, right? And we all pitched in, like 8 of us, on this fat floaty, like $200 floaty. Like it was a 8-seater or something, and there's like a cooler for like you could put the drinks in there and like yeah. And
literally the coolest floaty.
It's the coolest.
It's
We
so
still have it,
tight.
right? It's in
Yeah, we got
somewhere.
it's in my garage.
Yeah,
If
it
we-
is, brother.
No, you can fit 16 people on
You
this
can fit-
floaty. Like when I
What's that?
tell you like this is the biggest floaty you will see in your life. It took us alone at the campsite with an automatic pump 45 minutes to pump
It
this
took.
bad boy
It
up.
definitely took a while. But so it took 45 minutes to you blow this thing up, and then we carried it like probably like a quarter mile. We carried it a quarter mile to get to the water.
the private beach that we went
Yeah.
to. Yeah, like it's a long.
Yeah, and so
a mile.
hey, it was you got to carry this shit, and it's hot out. You're sweaty, and all of a sudden, as we're walking, it starts kind of getting cloudier and like darker, and the sun was out earlier, but it was starting to get a little bit overcast. And we look on the weather app, and it's like, dude, like thunderstorm of the summer, like coming towards us. Maybe exaggerating a little bit, but
I don't think you were exaggerating.
It was thunderstorm literally was like it was one of the top three of the summer. I will say
it was so bad. So I think what we're getting to is eventually it started raining so bad. We got in the car. We drove back to the campsite.
Yeah,
and
dude.
you have the or your tents, your little tents. Not even your tents, your little covers set up for your area. You know, you have those little
the canopies
set up, right? They were all like, I bought a brand new canopy like 6 months ago. I mean, we've used it multiple times, but it's still pretty brand new, 6 months old. But the weight of the water was so bad, it had collapsed in on itself, and the wind. And you're talking like, and it was all 4 of them had just collapsed in, so everything was just drenched in water. And we were just like, we drove back to the campsite to try to make sure nothing flew away, and it was one of those moments where you show up and you're like, save important stuff, I guess. Like,
yeah, dude.
We were just looking for like coolers. We're looking for like food. You're looking for your tent. We're just like, hey, we gotta sleep here tonight. Like,
yeah, dude. We were. It was almost to the point that we were gonna like just leave.
I would have abandoned ship as soon as I saw the tent.
We had to say like we've all been drinking, so like no one can drive. Like the whole thing was we literally just went back that quarter mile
because that was like the main day that we were going to be kicking it.
Yeah, so
no one's driving back home to Seattle. The whole goal is just like, what are we doing to save the campsite so we can stay the night here?
You're spending the night at Wild Waves, basically.
Essentially, that's what it. But so this goes on for like 30 minutes, right? 45 minutes, an hour. This rainstorm is fucking horrible, and then it starts to clear up a little bit. As we're driving back with like, you know, because we had to go get towels too at the campsite because we were like, dude, we're soaked out here.
All your stuff.
Yeah. And so we are going back to meet the girls and pick them up, and it starts clearing up. And
do the girls have any idea of what's happening?
Yeah, they were like,
they're at
hey,
base.
Guys, you guys go weather the storm, and we're going to, of course.
Yeah, because we were at a big place with like a big cover. But also, I'd like to do one shout out.
So they did
Lake
like,
Roosevelt
chill
camping.
in the gazebo.
Amazing.
Yes.
Go camping in Lake Roosevelt.
Yes.
I feel like that does not get enough love because we got right along the river with like no reservation time, and that place was amazing.
But maybe we don't need to tell it.
Yeah, so also, if you want to go, don't go when we go.
Yeah. Go any other weekends. No, dude, it's a killer spot because, and we got put onto that like because
we just got put on because their aunt and uncle are right across the bridge at this. They have the marina, but like I also didn't expect the camping site to be that nice. I will say, like they just told us to camp there because it's literally right across
the way.
It's less than a quarter mile.
Dude,
like
yeah, no, it's
you drive
crazy.
across the bridge, you're at a parking garage right for their little boats, and
you can go fishing, you can go boating, you can go swimming, you can go over to the marina. No, dude, that's
Eastern Washington
awesome spot.
slept on.
I'm kind of bummed we didn't get the well, yeah, I guess
Certain
it's cool
areas,
to go
certain
like
areas.
It's cool to go and like actually I don't know, we were in Spokane a couple weeks back, like last month, and it was pretty nice.
I loved
I'm not gonna
Spokane.
lie, it was pretty nice. I was thinking that we might, yeah, we were like, dude,
Cheaper.
is Eastern Washington so
Great.
bad?
When you get to downtown
It's hella
Spokane,
cheap.
it's awesome.
Yeah, downtown Spokane was the shit. It was just like the malls there.
You want to go to PF Chang's?
Yeah.
It's right there.
Food,
you want to go to Red Robin?
bars,
It's right there. You want to go to a big mall? It's right down there in downtown Spokane.
Yeah,
They have
you
a
got-
great time.
The bank is there.
I love
you know?
Spokane.
We got the money. We got the funds.
All right, what do you got next? What's this next one?
Yes. So next question. Thank you for keeping us on track. Thank you for reflecting. We've talked about resolutions. We've talked about fun moments. Thinking for the future. What's on the agenda? What do you got? If you got a New Year's resolution.
Big
If
agenda
not,
thing for me.
Why not? Oh,
I've lost, as most people here know, I've lost 25 pounds
dude, you looking
in
slim
about 6 months. 6 months, I think.
thick. You've been grinding, man.
Yeah.
Congrats.
And so my goal is
that's
not to lose more.
great.
Like my doctor wants me to lose more, but I do feel like it's a little ridiculous. I'm down to like 205.
Get that 6-pack, dog.
Yeah.
Come on. Get that
I think
6-pack.
I would
Flex on 'em.
I'd like to lose a little bit more,
Yeah.
but I'd more like to just keep the lifestyle change. Like that's why I didn't lose so rapidly. Is because like
You just
really
stayed
trying to
consistent with
change
it.
how I'm doing it. Holidays holidays really mess that up. So don't judge yourself for the holiday season. Because like I don't get a choice in what's getting cooked for me. You just don't.
The fucking holidays is a scam, dude.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
sure.
like
It's capitalism at its finest.
and all of the companies, everybody that like profits off of this,
Yeah.
like all the food, all the snacks,
So
all
I'm
the
letting you know,
candies, all the shit. Like, dude,
I have not weighed myself
it's
this
been
holiday
set up.
season, so I might have gained some of that 25 back, but I'm just
Hey.
not judging myself.
it's fine.
Yeah,
Because you
'cause-
know what? New year, new you, huh?
Yeah.
2023.
But I think my main goal is just to keep this healthy lifestyle change. I've nixed out a lot of soda.
Dude, I
Which,
love that.
if you drink
Thank
soda right
God,
now,
dude.
my main thing,
Thank you for
nix
doing
out
that.
the soda. It is crazy how much weight I've lost from nixing out soda.
That just
blows
made me,
my
like,
mind.
That just made me. That gave me kind of like.
And also,
chills.
if you
That
work
was
from
gross.
home like me, get a walking treadmill with a walking desk. Your
Ooh.
work will pay for a
You
little
do
bit
this.
of it.
You do this. You like sit up and you just walk like this.
So I walk at 1 mile per hour for like 2 hours
But like this?
before lunch, 2 hours after lunch.
But you're sitting like this.
No, I stand.
Oh, you stand and
Yeah,
walk.
so I bought it. So
Sit the stand desk.
I guarantee if you work from
Hell
home,
yeah.
your work will pay for it. So my work bought my working.
My
home desk.
work won't pay for
Yes,
that
they will.
shit, dude.
My work paid for my work from home desk, and then my treadmill.
They're
wouldn't
gonna
pay
get
for
a
it.
treadmill. Oh, okay,
They didn't pay for
I
the
was
treadmill,
like,
but they
dude,
bought
that's
my
kinda
desk. That's my standing desk.
Awesome.
So I mean, that's
Okay,
still like
okay, yeah, yeah.
$200,
Yeah, yeah,
and then you just
so
buy the
that's not-
treadmill, which is really expensive.
Yeah, dude, I
I'm
can
not gonna lie there.
imagine.
But then I just walk 4 hours a day, and then you just do a workout, and you're gonna be good.
Yeah.
You are that alone will help you.
That's a good tip. Hey, pro tip from the moon. from
And
the moon.
also, I am way better an employee. Like,
When
because
you're
when I'm
walking?
walking, I can't just sit there and like do nothing. Like, since I work from
'Cause you
home
can't just
full-time,
walk.
right? You can't just sit there. Like, I will admit, it gets boring. Like, I can't just sit there and scroll social media. Like, it's not enough to do while I'm walking. So I actually always work.
Yeah.
Those full 4 hours.
Good.
So what I
Keeps
do
your
is
brain
I'm just
juices
like,
flowing,
I'm like,
dog.
let's go. I need to call some clients. I'll call people on the phone.
Yeah.
I'll send out emails, and I'll be like, hey, your invoice is late. Let's talk right now. And these people are like, why are you calling me? But then they pay the invoice. So like my boss is like, you have been doing so great. I'm like, I just
Dude,
been
he doesn't know the
walking,
secret.
man.
It's the
I just
secret.
been walking.
The secret of the treadmill.
All right,
I love
Connor,
it. I love it.
let's go.
Thank you.
Can we repeat the question?
The New Year's resolutions.
Resolution,
Do you
big
have
time.
any? Yeah. Do you have?
Yeah, I
are you
have
a
big
resolutioner?
shit happening 2023.
Oh,
I am
shit.
moving to Colorado Springs, Colorado.
All right.
So
what
that's
what
happening.
prompted this?
A lot of things, many things.
We don't got to get into them if you don't
Yeah,
mind.
I'll
That's
just
okay.
say this. I have an opportunity to get my life together by doing this.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily like by doing this, I'm getting my life together, but this is a crucial step in making or just getting my shit together, really.
Yeah.
And
okay. It's the next step. It's the next level. It's the next,
Yes.
next milestone for you.
I've been on a journey which I've kind of been lost off the path that I'm supposed to be on, and I'm trying to get back on the path. And I think so my resolution is to win, to just
Okay.
take 2023 by the balls, if you will, and just get after it like I've never have in my life before, and I'm going to make it happen.
Hell
Connor's,
yeah, brother.
Connor's also
Let's go.
definitely been winning. He's just taken a big, gigantic leap to win some more.
Yeah,
which
man.
is great.
That's
also,
great.
don't sell yourself short. You've been doing great. You got a job. There's a lot of people that can't say that. You got a place to live. That's great.
I'm
Now
fucking breathing and alive still.
That's what I'm
is the
talking about,
greatest
dude.
gift
And
I could
that's-
have.
Hey, that's GDO right there, baby.
Dude, you
Good
know
days
it.
only. When you kind of so people ask like, why did you good days only? What's the reasoning behind that? And like, it's like
It's tough.
It's a mix of a lot of different answers, and the basic premise is like that mindset of like, yo, as long as I'm alive and I'm breathing and I have like a roof over my head, I have friends, family, people that I care for, people that love me, people that I love and I have connections with, like, I'm all right.
Absolutely.
These stressors, the financial stress, the work stress, the relation, everything is stressful. Yeah. And like, that's hard and you have to deal with stuff, but like experiencing, like waking up at 4 a.m. to go out into the middle of the fields and you're like 14 years old and it's November and it's like frozen outside and you're changing irrigation pipe and that just sucks.
And it all
You know?
starts with breathing.
And it all starts with breathing.
It starts with breathing. If you're just feeling like, shit has hit the fan, or you're just having
Take
a bad
deep
moment,
breath.
stop what you're doing right now. Take a second. Take a deep breath in, 4 seconds. 4 seconds in, and then you're coming out with 4 seconds out. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Keep doing that for a little bit. You might feel a little bit better. I'm just saying.
Dude, deep breathing, that's where it's at. People don't know that. People don't.
So much power in that.
Yeah, in the breathing.
I mean, it's all on YouTube. You can find it. It's very fascinating, actually.
See, so next time you find yourself in a stressful situation, take a deep breath.
Literally focus on breathing.
Just
and
breathe.
Maybe you'll just forget about for a second what you're going through. Maybe it comes back, but hey, it's better than not doing anything.
And if that feeling does come back, just remember that we are literal, like, smaller than ants on this earth that is a huge rock of molten lava that's floating through the air towards the sun, which has a gravitational pull that's like thousands of times stronger than the earth, which a black hole, what even is that has like billions times the mass of a sun is ridiculous, no?
Life's good. Vibes are good. It's just about just putting out what you want there.
Let's continue this shit into 2023, everybody.
All
Come
right.
on.
Love you,
Get with
boys.
us. Love you guys.
Love you guys.
Thank
Hell yeah.
you.
Good shit.